specifically specified people who were not citizens of the United States.
Like who?
The Mossad agent said that about the people of Israel
So how do they vote in our election?
by paying off our politicians, like through
So
organizations
we're back to
like
APEC.
AIPAC.
So we're back to
It's
APEC.
just a prime
But
example.
I'm so sorry. I'm asking you very directly. Why aren't you bitching about other lobbyist groups that spend a lot more money than APAC?
And what's their influence?
Hold on one second. They spend a lot. Like, just look at the pharmaceutical industry, for instance.
Run by Zionists, but okay.
How are they run by Zionists? Go ahead.
I mean, go look up who owns all the companies.
Wait, what?
Go look who owns all the pharmaceutical companies.
Can you name one that's owned by a Jew? Oh no.
The pharmaceutical industry is not my forte.
Then why do you just blurt out "run by Jews"?
Because I bet on it. If it was on my parlay list, I'd definitely add it to my parlay.
Okay. What do you do, like, work-wise?
Trade.
You what?
Trade Forex. Been doing it consistently for 3 years, profitably.
Unbelievable, man. All right, final word to you, then I'm going to move on. And just point blank, I think people like you that wake up and blame shit on the Jews or think that Jews
But I don't
run everything.
I say that.
Why are you talking when I'm talking? I never understood it. Why you would allow less than 1% of the population to have so much power over your mind? It doesn't make sense to me, and it never will. And then usually, hold on,
of our Congress.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I said multiple times when I'm talking, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro, you're not my baby daddy, twin.
Okay, no problem. But the thing is what I don't get is, just not you. My frustration is not really with you. It's with a lot of people like you that they come up and blurt out, oh, they run this industry. Okay, how? Give me a name. Well, I don't know. I would add it to my parlay. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Final word to you, and then I'm moving on, kind sir.
Yeah, we can run it. What do you think about the Charlie Kirk thing?
Wait, I said final word to you, and then I'm dropping your dumbass, and then I'm moving on. So
my dumbass. Oh yeah. Holocaust was a hoax.
There you go. Sounds good, bro. There you go. Holy hell. All right. I don't know who I selected. What?
Hello?
Mord. Where you from, Mord?
I'm from Illinois.
And what brings you up?
Chicago.
Yeah, how's that National Guard treating you?
I'm not in that specific area. I don't go outside too often.
Are you happy the National Guard is in Chicago?
Not particularly.
Why?
I need to remember what I was coming up here to ask about. Sorry, 1 second.
Wait, can you answer my question directly? Are you happy that the National Guard is there? Yes or no?
Oh, no.
Okay, why?
I mean, just feels excessive. We have police.
Okay. Do you think that the Chicago police need help?
It's a tough call. Depends.
Okay.
I'd say there are certain aspects in which the police definitely could use some help, or I don't know, assistance.
Okay, so why is it a negative thing that the National Guard is in Chicago?
I just don't like the idea of any, how do I put this? Any sort of I don't want to say military group, but I'm just going to say military group. Anything above police level authority should be really encouraged on American soil.
if I'm sitting in Chicago, which I'm not, but if I'm sitting in Chicago and you're having the amount of murders you're having in your city, I would be begging Trump or the governor or the mayor to send in the National Guard. I don't get why anybody would ever not want that.
Do you mind if I ask you where you look at like the murder stats? I know a lot of people that have a lot of different sources and stuff.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Whenever people tweet out the weekend numbers, like this past weekend, I think it was 7 murder, 25 shot. Is that accurate or is that just fake news?
I'm not on Twitter a lot. I choose to stay away from Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter seems
Okay, no
like
problem. This past weekend, Friday and Saturday, how many people were shot and how many people were murdered?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, very good. I'm going to bring somebody else up. When you have your stats, you tell me. You're on. Go ahead.
I have my stats. I was asking if you had your stats for the time.
Whoever that is, Nikki, it's very loud. I'm going to drop you. Go ahead. So, how many were murdered this past weekend?
Oh no, I was looking. No, I got to look at Chicago specific crime stats. I typically use like nationwide to debate issues.
Okay. All right. You're very exciting, bro.
Hello.
Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
What brings you up, Cancer?
Well, I just want to say that I agree with most of the things that you say, but I believe Israel should be up there as well with the biggest failures in the USA.
Gotcha. And how is Israel failing in the USA?
Well, they're not really failing. They're kind of succeeding because they control our entire government through APAC.
All right. So let's recap. It says up there the 3 biggest failures in our country. You say, Dave, they should be up there. And then I ask you why, and you say, well, they're not failing, they're succeeding. So
Well, they're
that's
succeeding, but they're failing the American people because they have their own values and they're pushing it into our politics to benefit their own country of Israel.
And how so?
Well, through APAC.
You're going to come up here with APAC once again?
I am, and well, not entirely APAC, but through APAC, their endorsement and acceptance rate is 98%, which means
Listen to me. If you really look at what they do, is they pick. Go look at the history of their endorsements. There are times, just like Trump does. Trump touts a great endorsement record. But there are times where AIPAC will see that a candidate has a 95% chance of winning, donates the minimum amount, and counts that as a win. That it's not as strong as you think it is. So if you want to give them more power than they have, then that's fine. Go for it. You have every right to do so. I really don't give a fuck. But just like Trump, they really don't have that great of a record. But go ahead.
I did not know that, but.
To be fair to them, and to be fair to Trump, you want a good record, just like anybody else. You want a good record, so you're going to take an easy win when you can. But this is the difference. Donald Trump has taken candidates that were down by 10 points. He endorsed them, and they end up winning by 10 points. AIPAC has no example of all of a sudden they put money in, and it's a 20-point swing. Trump does have that effect. AIPAC has 0 effect.
But we could also say that AIPAC controls Trump and Israel controls Trump. We could also say that.
Then why are people from the state of Israel upset with Trump at times?
Well, because they don't all see eye to eye, but the majority of their politicians see eye to eye with Trump.
I think Donald Trump has done almost everything in the best interest of our country while factoring in that Israel is our top ally. There's nothing that Trump has done that has made me think for a second that he has sold out America for any other nation.
I can see that. He definitely does do good things. I really support his stance on immigration and what he's doing about it, and also his economic policies. But that doesn't mean just because he does what is best for the American people, that doesn't mean that he is not controlled by Israel.
Well, if he was controlled by, if that was truly the case, I think there would be a lot more things that Trump would greenlight the state of Israel to do rather than stop them. And I don't think Bibi was happy about coming to the White House just to apologize to Qatar. Anybody that thinks that Trump didn't make him do it, Bibi could have did that before he got into our country. So it is what it is. I get frustrated with people like you. Now, some people come up here, you could just tell they sound dumb as fuck.
Right.
I just don't get why people like you, once again, it seems like you have somewhat of a brain at the very least, why you're sitting there running with this notion that Israel controls Trump, or the Jews control the world. It just never makes sense to me.
I don't think they control the world,
Okay.
but I definitely do think they hold a strong political stance in the world politics, and they can definitely influence it in many ways.
Well, I'm telling you right now, there is no greater influence than the United States of America.
Yeah, and that's true, and
Okay,
that's
so
the exact
so for you
reason
to
why
say
they want
that
to control
Israel,
us.
wait, say that part again.
You said the United States is the strongest influence in the world. That is the exact reason Israel wants to put lobbyists into our government and swing our elections in favor of their own political agenda. Because if they control us, they control the entire world.
2 points. One, if you were Israel, wouldn't you? It doesn't matter who you are. You want influence, right? So you
Right.
can't knock them for that. And number two, you have like 80% of Jews voting for the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party has zero control in this company, or in this country. Zero power. They don't control the House, the Senate, the White House, or the Supreme Court.
So you're talking about this is going to sound. I don't know how to word this. That's not going to sound anti-Semitic, but
Well, you are anti-Semitic. Like you might just wear it. You hate Jews. No problem.
I don't hate
There's a
them. I
lot
just
of
dislike them.
Jew-hating pricks that come up here.
I mean, I don't
But
hate
I
them.
just want to know why. Like, I want to get from point A to point B, and I can never get there with you guys because the shit that you say does not make sense.
Well, you was talking about how. Did you say 70 to 80 million Jews vote for the
No,
Democratic Party?
70%.
70%.
I'll look it up, but I'm willing to bet. I think it was 70% of the Jews in America voted for Harris.
Right. And
So
that's
wait, just one sentence, and I'll let you respond. If
Okay.
Jews controlled the politics here in America, why did 70% vote for the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party has zero power in this country right now? How does
because
that make sense?
because Israel cannot control ethnic Jews that live in America. That's normal Jewish people. We have no problem with normal Jewish people. We only have a problem with the Jewish politicians who try to infiltrate our government.
But who's the okay? So give me a name of a Jewish politician that has done that to our government.
I mean, there's many. I mean,
Okay, give me one.
like ones that are born in Israel and come over here and gain citizenship and get into our political system, which there are
Okay,
many.
the way
I
that
don't
you're
know the names off
talking
the top of my head.
is as if this list is very lengthy. Give me a couple names. Who are you talking about?
I'll have to look it up because
So
I don't
you're
have the
so
names off the top
adamant
of my
about
head.
do you see just like in all seriousness? Once again, you're one of these anti-Semitic pricks. At least you have somewhat of a brain. But do you see just how you lose credibility when you bitch and moan about something, and then I say, okay, well, explain what you mean or give me an example, and you have no fucking clue.
That is true. I should have had my sources up before I came up here onto this panel. I did not realize that it was going to go on for this long or get this into like.
Right, but what happens is a lot of times if you go to a pro-Israel or a pro-Zionist panel, they get so defensive and they kick you out. I don't kick anybody out. Just make it make sense for me, and that's why I have no problem talking to you. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to trigger me or get me upset. I'm just trying to understand why you're giving a certain group of people so much fucking power when the facts bear out they're not as powerful as you think that they are. From APAC to whoever you think is controlling Trump, I just it doesn't make sense to me, bro.
I'll have to come back up here when I have my
Bro, I could
sources
give
laid
you
out
a
right in front of me.
month to prepare. I could give you a month to prepare, and you're still not going to make sense. And the reason why I say that it's not you, it's the concept that you guys have, and even the biggest anti-Semitic pricks that come up here, and they think they have all their facts. Like Jews run the media and Jews do this. Okay, no problem. So let's start. Let's start talking about it. First one they mentioned is Murdoch. He does own a lot of media companies. But then they bring up Chris Licht with CNN. He's no longer there. There's nobody on with CNN that is Jewish that we found. Like, and I don't get it. And I feel that if you really did your research and said, this is my perception, Jews run A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you're going to, if you really dug in, you would find out that it's not Jews running everything.
I mean, that's why I didn't want to go down conspiracy theory rabbit holes. Like I could have came up here and said that BlackRock was owned by Jews, or talk about the Rothschilds or anything like that. I just wanted to speak on how Israel lobbyists come into our country and try to swing our politics.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, there's lobbyists from every country that want to and think that they have impact. Like, you realize that, right?
I do.
Okay, so to say that Israel is trying to do that, I mean, that's nothing new. And just keep in mind, our country is, we are the loudest voice and the most important voice anywhere in the world. What we say goes. So for us to criticize another country trying to get that power, I think is asinine.
I can see where you're coming from, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
All right, so go do your research, come back, and then whenever you're ready to prove to me that Jews run the fucking world, I will listen to you, and I will. I'm intrigued to figure out what you find out, because, like I said, my prediction is you're going to do some research, and you're going to feel. I don't know how long you felt this way. You're going to do some research, and you may, at the end, feel kind of dumb that your perception was this, but reality is actually what it is.
All right, sir. Good discussion, and you have a good night.
All right, brother. Be good.
You too.
All right. Moore, do you want to say anything before I bring somebody else up?
Yeah, I found the statistic that we were looking
Okay.
for.
What were we talking? We were talking about Chicago shootings, right?
Yep, 18 people injured, 6 killed.
Okay, very good. So let's just keep it very simple. Can you admit? Do you admit that there's a gun violence problem in your city?
I'd say there's a gun violence problem in America.
Okay. Let's just focus on your city. There's not a gun violence problem in my city. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it is not that bad. Are there shootings once in a while? Yeah, of course. And you went on Coffee Cup. All right, fair enough. All right, and you left. All right, very good. Show yourself the door. Be love.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Are you here to defend the carbonated, and what's the other word? Melanated people, since I have Black Americans on my list of the biggest failures?
Well, we know that's not true. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
What's going well for Black America right now?
I mean,
Besides Diddy getting off on a couple charges.
we got a whole bunch of stuff going well for
Like
us,
what?
you know what I mean? You know, but that's not like, we working right now. You know what I mean? So we are not trying to reveal our strategy and how we're gonna, best succeed in the country. You know what I mean? So we like to keep that under wraps until, we got everything properly positioned and we can come out properly and correctly.
All right, so you were saying that the black people here in America, they have a secret plan on how shit's going to go down, and that's that, right?
I mean, those are your words, not mine.
But is that a summary or no? Am I off? Like I asked you, how are black people as a whole succeeding in America, or what's going well for them, and your response was top secret.
I mean, we're just not interested in giving power any new ideas. You see what I'm saying? So, we keep it very quiet about, what we're doing and how we want ours to succeed. And it seems like how other people look at our success is that if we succeed, they lose. You feel me? But Foundation of Black Americans, we don't look at our success like that. We look at our success as if we succeed, other groups of people can succeed the same way we succeed as well too. You know what I mean?
So, well, to be fair, I think there's a lot of people that are doing well in this country. I think, as a whole, America is the greatest country on the planet. Like, there's no doubt about that. And I just feel that there are a lot of Black Americans that play victim nonstop, and that is what is holding them back, in particular. Your thoughts?
What you say, play victim like this an act. You know what I'm saying? What
Well,
about
no,
this?
like
What about this is
nobody.
an act? You know what
Wait,
I'm
I'm sorry.
saying? Like you said, play victim like this is a act, like, and this is a script. You know what I mean? Like the things that have the violations against Foundation of Black Americans and our ancestors, are not a thing. It's totally a thing, and it's happening right now. Look at Kyron Lacey. You know what I'm saying? They falsely accused that man
Who the hell's
of
Tyron Lacey?
Kyron Lacey.
Yeah, who's that?
He was a star wide receiver for the Louisiana State University Tigers. And they falsely accused him of unaliving somebody in a car crash, and he was robbed of a lot of opportunities before that whole false accusation had happened. He was projected to go to the NFL, but because of those false alleged accusations, he ended up losing a lot of opportunity without it being proven in court that he actually did the alleged crimes that he was accused of. And in the midst of the court proceedings, or the court formalities, he ended up unaliving himself. And then after that, it come to find out that he actually didn't do what what everybody said, including the media, said he did. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
you got people like Karan Lacey. Last year or the beginning of the year, you had Sonia Massey. You know what I'm saying? That got unjustifiably unalived by the police after
But
the.
the point that I was trying to make is I think there's two types of people here. One, realize that they live in the greatest country on this planet. Every opportunity, they have every opportunity that I do, and there are ones that play this whole victim card, which I don't get. And to be very blunt with you, I think you're in the second category, especially at times where you're the one you brought up multiple times that you want reparations. Five different types of reparations. What were they?
Cash, land tax, medical, and environmental reparations.
Right. But reality is that's
No,
never
you don't
going to
get to
happen.
define what my reality is, though. That's one thing
Oh
that you
no, that
cannot
is
do. You
reality.
cannot
You
define my
guys will
reality. That's
never
where that's where
get
that's what you cannot do.
reparations.
You cannot define my reality or the
Okay.
Foundation of Black Americans reality. You cannot do that.
At what point will you accept that you're not getting
There's
reparations?
no acceptance. There's no
Okay.
acceptance. There's no acceptance until justice is served, and justice will be served one way or the other.
Yeah, but
And
like
you, and
whenever I
you,
found out Santa Claus wasn't real, I didn't want to
and,
stop
and, and,
believing.
and,
And
and,
at
and,
some point, I had to
and
wake the
you
fuck
should be
up
about
and
justice.
admit Santa's not real.
You should be about justice and love, Dave. That's what you should be about.
Yeah, what I'm about is making sure that people that have your mindset, stop. Just stop. Okay, just
So
stop
you're
it
not
right
about
now.
justice and love.
Okay, go
You're not
ahead.
about justice and love, Dave.
Of course, I'm about justice and love. I love
Okay, so
everybody. I'm
since
all
you're
about
about justice
justice.
and love, then you should
Um,
be about what foundational Black Americans are about. Because
yeah, but
we are about
even this
justice
whole
and love.
foundational Black American thing, that's like more Santa Claus type shit.
Nah,
Once again, I could say I'm a foundational Black American. Doesn't make me one.
you're not genetically a foundational Black American. You're an Irishman.
But what makes you a foundational Black American?
Because I am indigenous to this landmass. There
You're
were tens of thousands of
Zephyr.
years, of the landmass that we know is North America. There was not a white face on this landmass prior to 6,000 years ago. But we have been on this landmass for hundreds of thousands of years without any pale faces.
What was the
What are you
first
talking
Black
about?
person here in America?
Hmm?
Who was the first Black person in America?
I don't know the name.
Okay. And when was the first Black person here in America?
I don't know when.
You see what I mean? That's like Santa Claus. That to
Okay, well,
me,
what
it's
makes
like,
you
where does Santa
what
Claus
makes
live?
you an American?
The North
What
Pole.
makes what makes
Where's the
what
North
makes your
Pole? I don't
Irish
know.
what makes your Irish self an American? What makes
Uh,
you
I
an
was,
American? What gives you claim to be an American? Let's turn it around and let's say
well, I
that.
was born here in America.
No. You
I,
gotta go deeper than that. What
I'm
makes your
pretty sure I
family
was born here in
what makes your
America.
family an American? 'Cause I
Uh,
was born here too, Dave.
my parents
I was
were
born here
born in
too.
America. All four of my grandparents, I believe, were from Ireland.
Right.
But so
Right.
for somebody to say what makes you an American, that's simple. I was born here in America. But whenever I ask you what makes you a foundational Black American, nothing. No clue. Nothing.
I can say because I was born here too. But my
Okay, great. You're an
family was here.
American. You're not a
But my family
foundational
was here
Black
too.
America.
My family was
American.
here too.
Wait, say that again.
But my family was here generation after generation after generation. Tens of thousands of years. My
Tens
family
of
was here.
thousands of
We
years.
ain't went nowhere. We ain't went nowhere.
He.
Tens of thousands
Okay,
of years.
so
You can't say that about your family, Dave. So you're not really an American. You're an Irishman. Even though you were born in this country, you're still an Irishman by way of
okay,
your
sure,
family.
no problem. But I'm not fighting you on that, right?
Yeah,
But
so you're not an American.
okay, but for
Even though
you
you
to
were
say,
born here, you're not American. You're not indigenous to this landmass. Your family came and hopped on a boat and sailed all the way to this landmass known as North America.
okay, but what for you? And just like the last guy that I spoke to, at some point I said, "Do you see how you lose credibility?" I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you see how you lose credibility when you say things like, "I could track my family back tens of thousands of years"? Can you really do that?
Yeah, it's called
How?
DNA. It's called DNA, Dave.
Beloved, you've never gotten a DNA test.
That's because I'm still looking for a credible, reputable DNA testing company that's accurate. You know what I'm saying? Which
Okay,
you
so
is supposed to help
hold
me
on. Let's
find.
recap. You say I could track my family back tens of thousands of years, and then, but you've never gotten a DNA test. So how can
You
you
were supposed to
track
help
your
me with
family
this,
back tens
Dave.
of thousands of years without a DNA test? Go.
But you were supposed to help me with finding a reputable, accurate
Once again, I told you the ones that
DNA
people
testing company,
use,
Dave.
and you
And you
said
have
not
yet
good
to do
enough.
that yet, Dave.
Can you answer me? The question was, how can you verify that your family has been around this country or in this country for tens of thousands of years? And you say through DNA, and then on the other side of the coin, you have never gotten a DNA test. Do you see how you lose credibility with that argument? Yes or no?
I don't lose credibility because I've enlisted your help and you haven't helped me yet thus far.
But okay, fair enough. Okay, you want to criticize me for that? That's fine. I will take that criticism, and I will try and do better. But the facts are that you have not tracked your family being here in America for any time, let alone tens of thousands of years. Right? Just factually, you have not done that.
I've been waiting on you to help me.
But so why say the shit that you do without proof?
You have other evidence like the Olmec statues. You know what I'm saying? The
What
Olmec
the
statues,
what? The what?
the Olmec statues. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? You have Olmec statues, and the phenotype of the Olmec statues are features of my hue. They're not European phenotypes. You
So
see what I'm
you're saying
saying?
because a statue looks like you, that means you're a fan? What? How
Well,
does
it's
that
not just a
happen?
statue. It's not just a statue. It's an artifact, and also you have other things. You have the pyramids in the United States of America, or what they call mounds, but they really pyramids all across the country. You have those. You have different uh, artifacts. I forget what it's called, like the one in Washington D.C. Uh, where Martin Luther King Jr. had his like I have a dream speech. That little I think it's not a sphere. It's a that
But
that tall
bottom
that
line.
tall thing that tall thing that points up. They have one in Jackson, Mississippi as well. Jackson, Mississippi as well. I seen it. I forget what it's called, but you have those different things. You have
Okay, hold on, stop. Okay, if you had to go in front of a judge right now, and a judge said to you, prove that you're a foundational Black American. Give me your best piece of evidence that applies to you and not everybody else.
history, bro.
History. Okay.
History,
Okay, great.
real history, real American history.
Oh, okay. What does
Not the
that mean?
bullshit, not the bullshit indoctrination that they teach you in the schools, and the miseducation that they teach you in the schools. Not that, but real American history,
Who
the
discovered
hidden history,
America?
huh?
Who discovered America?
Foundational Black Americans.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. All
You
right,
think
well, there we
Christopher
go.
Columbus discovered America? How can something be discovered when it was already people on his landmass? How? Make it make sense.
I don't listen. I'm gonna get my friend Girls Code in here. She's always top notch and adding valuable commentary. Girls Code, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Girls Code, may I ask, are you a foundational Black American?
I am not.
You
I
are
am
not.
from, well, based on my DNA test, it says that I came from India and Africa.
That's awesome.
Oh, who did your DNA
Do you
test?
know a foundational Black American?
I mean, I hear people claim that they are, and I think what he's trying to say is that, there is more evidence proving that his family could potentially be from here, whereas yours couldn't. There's no evidence proving that yours could.
Right, but I don't claim that. Do you think that B Love's family was here
You
quote
claim that you're an
unquote?
American, which you're not. You're an
Wait, say that
Irishman.
again.
You claim that you're an American, but you're not. There's nothing
Okay,
American
that's
about you.
fine.
You're an
That's fine. You
Irishman,
want to call
even though
me
you were born on
Irish
this
or
landmass.
European?
You're not an
I'm not
American.
gonna focus on that. That's fine.
You're a
Call me
U.S.
whatever you
citizen. That's
please.
what you are. You're a
But Girls
United
Code, do
States
you think
citizen.
his family can be traced back tens of thousands of years here in America?
I mean, I think right now with the current records, it's difficult, yes, because they didn't keep records from back then. So I think it will be difficult to prove, but there is evidence that African people of Africa, well, with African features, lived here prior to Christopher Columbus' supposed discovery of a land that was already populated.
Do you think Black people built America?
No, I think a group of people built America. I think I mean, blacks, whites,
Oh, okay.
Chinese, Indians. I mean, I think a great variety of people built America.
That was
Well,
very
because G
politically
Love
correct
and
answer.
Julian, they
No,
tell
it's
me
facts.
that Black people built
Nah, that ain't a
America.
fact.
No, I don't think black people built because I think what makes America the greatest country in the world is the diversity. I think
Yes.
people from all over the world, the brightest people from all over the world, came here, and the fact that they could make it here means they're the
Why
greatest
did they
people.
want to come here?
And they came here because of the freedom. People choose freedom over everything else, right?
What
America
made
offer
this?
a land of
What
the free, land of
what made
opportunities.
this country so free?
And a lot of times, great people were not great in their country, because they didn't have the opportunity to be great in their country.
What made this country so free, or who made it so free?
A group of people. You know,
Okay, what group
collectively
of people were
decided
that?
to, a group of people collectively decided that, you know, the way to prosper, you know, in whatever the scenario was, even when when Lincoln ended slavery, you know, he chose prosperity over, you know, continuing traditions.
Who made this country so prosperous?
A group, everyone that's in it.
Everyone
No, you're
below.
full of shit. You're
Yeah,
being
everyone that's in it
general.
made it
You're
prosperous. It
being
couldn't have
so
been
general
prosperous.
because you
Think
don't want
about
to
it. All
directly
these
answer the
countries that are
question.
mono-ethnic, they're not as prosperous as we are. But because
Listen, it
we
was the
comprise
free
of
labor
all
of
ethnicities
foundational.
from all over the
It was the
world,
free
that's what made us
labor
prosperous.
of prisoners of war who were foundational Black Americans who made this country so prosperous and so free that everybody around the whole planet wanted to come here to prosper, even
Wait,
though
what?
they were
So
pariahs in
you're
their
saying
own
because
country.
the black people here in America were so great, everybody throughout the world got word of it. I don't know, smoke signal, some way, somehow. They got word of it and said, let's go join the black people in America?
You're misrepresenting what I said. I didn't
Okay,
say that.
okay.
Yeah,
Clarify.
what I said was that the prisoners of war who were foundational Black Americans made this country so prosperous and so free where it attracted all people around the planet to want to come here to be prosperous, even though they were pariahs in their own country.
And
That's what I
how
said.
did
It
the
was
rest of the world
foundational Black
know?
Americans. They're
How
free
did the
labor.
rest of the world get word that black Americans here are thriving and they should come here? Like there
No,
wasn't
it was the free
commercials back
labor.
then.
It was the free labor of foundational Black Americans who were prisoners of war. Other people like to call us slaves, but we were prisoners of war. You know what I'm saying? And because of the free labor that made this country prosperous, to where it attracted people from all over the globe who wanted to come here and be prosperous.
Am I hearing you correctly that people from across the world wanted to come here because they wanted free labor from slaves?
No,
Okay.
I said it was the free labor made America prosperous and attractive for all other from all other people around the planet to want to come to America to prosper.
Interesting. I learned this app should not be free. I learned so much on this app. Girls Code, can I ask you a question, Girls Code?
Sure.
Do you accept that reality is that black people will never get reparations here in the United States? Do you accept that or no?
That will never or have never gotten.
Will never. Will never.
No, I don't accept that.
Okay. And how's it going to happen?
I think, you know, once this country recognizes that in order for it to move forward, there needs to be recompense. I think they're gonna you know,
Recompense. What are you talking about? Move
there needs
forward.
to, yeah, in order for the
Everybody has
country to
moved
truly,
forward.
no,
There's
it
only
hasn't.
a small not a small percentage. There's only a percentage of black people that are still playing victim. Everybody else has moved
Justice has
on.
not been
No,
served
no,
yet,
no,
Dre.
no. Let's be clear. The people who supposedly pretend to have moved on are people who are just assimilating so that they can prosper in this in this existing
But
environment.
you
You know,
can
right? So
prosper as well if you just
no, you
wake the
can't
fuck
prosper
up.
if you go against what the ruling class idea of um of the appropriate way to act. Right? You're not going to prosper in this world
I
if
don't
you're
even
not
know what that
agreeing
means.
to
What are you
them.
talking about?
If,
What does that
for
mean?
example, when the ruling class, the person who's in charge, the group of people who are in charge says, in order for you to prosper, you can't talk about needing reparation. You know, you're going to say, well, I don't need reparation so that you can prosper, right? But you know, if anyone who's logical and anyone who had any semblance of you know, existing in reality, right? Or they are going to recognize that if you do damage, you need to pay for those damage, or else it'll never be fixed, right? When
But
you damage,
Justice.
when you cause harm to people, you need to compensate them for the harm, or else the harm is going to continue to affect your society for eternity.
That's called justice. And justice has not been served.
So the problem is, you know, us pushing it under the rug and pretending as if it didn't happen is not going to fix it. The only way to fix it is to fix it.
that's crazy.
Exactly. Exactly.
So how
You
much would it
CJ,
take? And I'm
CJ,
going to
the
ask
problem
Girls
with
Code
you
this
is
because I've
that
asked B Love this.
you
Hold
wanna
on, B Love.
gloss over the justice. You don't want justice to be served with foundational Black Americans. You just want us to forget
You
it.
can't even prove that you are a
Yeah,
foundational
no,
Black American. I don't want to hear
no,
that.
you're supposed to
But
help me,
hold on,
Dave.
B Love,
You're supposed.
hold on. Girls Code. How much in reparations would it take for you never to play victim and bitch about the past? Okay, I know B Love's price. We've talked about it. What's your price, Girls Code? Is it a
Hey, hold
fucking
on. I just
lion
want
on
to say this right
TikTok? Is
quick.
it a $50
I,
gift card? What
now,
the
I just
fuck
want to
is
say
it,
this right
girls?
quick.
Hold on,
That's
B
just
Love.
one component.
Hold
The money is
on,
just
B
one component.
Love. So, Girls Code, what the fuck is your price to never mention this again and to realize, just wake up and let's just get shit done. Go ahead. What's your price?
I don't think I can quantify that. Actually, I think if we try to quantify that, we recognize that
But you want
we as a
reparations,
people.
and it is
Well, let me
there
tell
is
you
going to
why.
be a
Though. Let me tell you
number.
why. At this juncture, because it's gone on so long, the amount of money that you owe the Black Americans, it's freaking would break America. It would really break America. So I
Well,
mean,
we're already
recognize
broke,
that
to be fair.
right. But well, it is now that we elected this crazy guy, but But so we recognize that's not going to be the right compensation for what happened. But what we need is a genuine attempt, at fixing an issue that you created, right? Because
All
we
right.
have
So
to
if I
recognize
send
that
you
what's happening.
$100 through Zelle right now,
No, it's not about money. It's not about money. It's more about the time invested, right? Invest time, invest energy, invest effort into correcting a wrong. Like
okay.
you
So
have to recognize that.
what? Okay. So how do we correct the wrong?
You correct the wrong by first of all figuring out recognizing what's happening in the Black communities, right?
Yes,
These
Black people are still playing victim. Go ahead. I recognize it.
Well,
Go
the
ahead.
Black people are still victims, right? It's not that they're
Okay,
trained
sure,
victims;
no
they are
problem.
still victims.
Okay. All right.
So
So we recognize the problem. What's next?
Recognize that there's a disadvantage, right? So then you start addressing that problem a little at a time with the children. You start with the children. You start addressing it, reconditioning almost, because if a group of people have been conditioned that they're less than for 400 years, it's not going to take. They're not going to get over thinking that they're less than in just 100 years. It's going to take, and it's not even 100. It's like 50 years that Black people finally had some freedom. You can't expect them to go from, a group of people treating them as if they're nobodies, teaching them that they're nobodies, to now prosperous, especially when they're still dealing with the people who've been treating them as if they're nobody, since inception.
So is there anybody right now holding you down or back?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I've experienced many situations.
Give me the list of people. When was the last time a white man held you down? Go ahead.
Well, the last time they fired me, because
they fired you because you're not a great employee.
No,
okay,
I didn't get a chance to be an employee. I begged to be an employee in multiple places. Matter of fact, I was talking to one of my ex-coworkers yesterday, and she was like, everything that you were saying to them is now they're finding out you were right. Everything that you told them about this app.
Wait, Girls Code, wasn't that you that said you have sued multiple companies?
Yes, for this exact reason. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, yesterday I was speaking to one of my coworkers. She's now still at the company actually that I went through some issues with, and she said all the things that they were. She said I realize now that the reason they treated you the way they treated you is because you're a Black woman. Because she said all the things that you were saying to them now they're not just and it's been almost 2 years since I left this company. They're just now realizing that everything that I was saying 2 years ago, and I was begging them to let me fix it, begging them. Like this program is not going to work in production. It was an R&D environment. And I was like, this is not going to work in production. Let's make some serious changes. What did they give you
to shut you up? Because nobody wants
to
go
that's
through
not the
that
company
lawsuit.
the main company that I'm referring to, the one that actually gave me the most was, it was actually a government company. I got hired.
And how much did they give you? $100 gift card told you to shut the hell up and kick rocks?
No, it was tens of thousands.
Stop
and I only accepted tens of thousands because I didn't want to go through. I could have gotten more. Trust me, I could have gotten more.
You were just looking for a quick paycheck, so you said, "Look, I'm going to threaten you guys with this lawsuit."
At the time, I was making over $200,000. What do you think tens of thousands of dollars do for me?
Well, I mean, they fired your ass, so that would actually help, right?
Yeah, but as a software engineer, I can get a job within a day. It's not hard to find a job. Listen, I have recruiters begging me to come work for them daily.
So it's not hard to find a job for a smart Black woman like yourself.
Right. Right, it
So
isn't.
how is the white man holding you back?
They're holding me back because I'm tired of going through what I go through at these different jobs.
Like
And
what?
I'm going through what I'm going through. So, for example, what I told you about this company hired me sight unseen. They gave me a technical exam. I scored high enough to be the lead developer. I was going to be the lead on the team. It was 5 levels. I got the highest level based on my score on the assessment.
Yeah, but
because
a high test score does not mean you could lead people.
oh no,
And
I'm a good leader. Listen,
no,
leading is not my
you're
problem.
not. No, you're
Leading
not.
is
No,
not
you're
my
not.
problem.
And I'll tell you why you're not. I knew right away you're not, because before you could manage others, you have to be able to manage yourself, and you cannot manage yourself. Okay,
What
I
is that?
guarantee you. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you did get a high test score. I'll give you that. Okay, but I guarantee you, whoever the upper management was said, there is no way in hell this chick is able to manage other people. No way.
Hey, that shit kills me
No,
when
no,
you
no,
talk
sir. Hold
about
on, hold on, hold on. I
you'll
really want to
give
address
you'll
this. I want
give
to
her
address
that.
this. I want to address this. Hold
You're
on,
not
hold on,
giving
hold
her
on, hold on.
nothing
Well,
she
wait, I'm
One
so
second,
earned.
sorry.
sir. One
Well,
second.
I've
One second.
heard
One
her
second.
in
One
here
second.
multiple
How much you want to
times.
bet that's not
She's
the case? How much you want to
unhinged.
bet me, sir? How much you want to bet me after this conversation? You're gonna realize that that's not the case.
I'm sorry, Girls Code. I've heard you.
You want to put some money on it?
You have made a number of appearances on my broadcast before, and you were unhinged, unable to handle criticism, and unable to deal with facts. Okay,
I
and
mean,
You're
are you sure you're
lying
hold
talking
on
on,
about
one
me,
her.
more
You're
sir?
sentence,
lying on
one more
her,
sentence, then
babe.
I'll let you respond. And when you hear too many facts you do not like, you implode.
You're
Okay,
I
lying
think
on
you're
her,
that's
mistaking
babe.
me
simple.
with somebody else. Never.
Okay,
I've never. Listen, the one thing I pride myself on is maintaining my composure. So if you're saying that I lost my composure on a conversation with you, and the conversation with you, I've had several conversations, and they're subpar at best. You're not really a challenge. So I
Babe,
cannot
you're
imagine.
gaslighting her
I
to try to
cannot
get a
imagine
reaction out of
even.
her
I
by
cannot imagine
easy
lying.
even
stuff. Why
getting.
aren't you
Listen,
letting this
listen.
intelligent?
Host,
Go
I
ahead.
I cannot even imagine my palms getting sweaty in a conversation with you. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So anyway, so let me tell you the story. Are you gonna bet me or not? So to see if we're gonna
No,
who's
go
gonna
ahead.
win this.
Prove to me that you. Oh, go ahead. You got the highest
So I
test
got
score.
hired
Then what
sight
happened?
unseen, right? Sight unseen. This is one of the
You already
biggest
told me this. You got the highest
government
test
help.
test
Well, I
score.
mean, sometimes I have to. Maybe somebody just came in and they didn't hear this part, so I want to tell them all of it. If you keep interrupting me, I keep having to start over.
Why didn't you get the management position? What did they tell you? That's
No,
all I
I
want to
did get
know.
it. I got hired. They hired me.
I understand. Why
Okay.
didn't you get the? Go ahead.
Okay, let me continue. All right. So yeah, so finally, because it was a top secret position, I had to have a top secret clearance to get this position. They couldn't meet with me. They didn't see me, right? They had to send me a company laptop so that we can have a face-to-face meeting. So they finally sent me the company laptop 2 weeks after I was hired, right? And on day one, they said, let's have a face-to-face meeting, right? Face-to-face meeting, did the beginning. I was just sitting there listening. They were joking around, kiki, ha ha. The moment I turned my camera on and they saw that their boss was going to be a black woman, the whole room changed. The whole room
In
changed.
which way?
They stopped laughing and kikiing. Their face got flushed, right? The director, who was my boss, the next day before we had this meeting, he was saying, hey, I can't wait to have you, your technical expertise. We've been hearing great things about you, the interviews you did so well in, right? After this, the next day after this, he was saying, well, we need to make sure you're qualified for this role. We need to shore up your skills.
And that's
We need
normal.
to
We
have
need
you
to make sure
trained.
you're fucking qualified.
No,
And
I did.
this is
I already
probably
did
what
everything.
happened.
Listen,
You
the
went
great
off the
news
deep
is,
end and
hold on,
started
let me finish
suing
talking.
people.
Let me finish talking.
No.
The great news is I went to a contracting company and they said we've contracted many people to this company and they've never done that. This is the first time. I have text messages. That's why I won. Text messages saying they've never done that, right? So then he was like, okay, so yeah, we need you to train. We need to put you on this plural site so you can shore up your skills. We don't know if you're qualified yet. We want to make sure you're qualified. I sat there for 4 months collecting a hell of a lot of money. And I was begging. I said, listen, I have a top secret clearance. I just left a job where I had to have a top secret clearance, right? If the only way to know whether I'm a good developer is let me code. Give me the code. I'll show you in like 2 seconds whether I know what I'm doing. I promise you. I begged them. I sent a letter to the manager, begged them to just let me show you what I can do. They refused. They had me sitting there training for 4 months. Then they was like, okay, the same test I took to get the job, we're going to have to retest you to make sure you're qualified, right?
Yes.
They
There's nothing wrong
retested
with
me.
that.
They retested me. The people who were in the test, none of them were Java developers, and this was a Java development role. None of them knew anything about Java, right? And the test that I scored a 97% on, qualified for the top role, they said I didn't even score high enough to qualify for level 1.
And they didn't hire
And fired
you.
me.
Guys.
And fired me. No, they fired me after 4 months.
Wait, so they told you did not score high enough, and you're telling me you got the best score in the class.
Well, the reason they settled is because they were lying, sir.
Wait, how can you prove that they were lying?
Well, why would they settle? If they could prove that I didn't score high enough, why would they settle?
Because whoever's
And they
on the
settled for a
board,
lot of money.
I'll tell you why.
For a lot of money.
I'll tell you why. Whoever's on the board of that company said send her a fucking $100 gift card and shut her up. Make her sign an NDA.
Sir.
And we
No,
don't
that
wanna
was
hear
white
from her.
privilege. That was white
Listen,
privilege.
sir. Listen,
That
sir.
was white
Listen, sir.
privilege.
Listen, sir. Trust me.
That was white
right?
privilege.
How's
When you
that
look
white
at-
privilege? What are you talking
Sir,
about?
if you saw my
Nonstop.
credentials, you would understand that they should have looked at my credential before they went through all of that. Because my
I'm
credential,
telling you,
They didn't even
My
give her a
credential
fair
is
shot.
exceptional.
You would not make a good supervisor.
They didn't even give
Like,
her a fair shot,
End
Dave.
of story. I'm sorry, but that is reality.
They didn't give her a fair
Okay,
shot.
girls
Dave.
code. You are not a leader. Okay,
They
I'm
didn't give
sorry.
her a
That
fair
is
shot,
reality.
Dave.
listen, sir.
Okay,
Listen, sir.
that is reality. I'm sorry.
They- that's
okay?
not reality.
You
They
can say I'm
didn't-
an asshole, but
The
that
reality
is.
is
No,
they
I
did
don't
not
think
give
you're an
her a fair
asshole.
start.
I just think
a
I don't
fair
think you're an
shot, Dave.
asshole. I think you're ill-informed. I mean,
Okay.
listen. Your opinion. Listen, I think that there are some people
That's
just can't
exactly what
recognize
it
greatness
is.
when they
It's his
see it. And I'm
opinion.
not.
That's
Listen, I'm
not
not saying
based in
I'm
fact.
greatness.
That's his opinion.
I'm not saying I'm greatness. I'm saying your opinion of my greatness is inconsequential because I recognize that there are people out there that are going to see greatness and say that I don't see greatness because they want you to feel that you're not great. That's what happens to the slave.
What's the
That's
best
what I'm trying to tell you that
okay,
happened to the
no
slave
problem.
for 400 years. Hold on, I'm almost done. That's what happened to the slave for 400 years. People that look just like you told them they weren't great, which is why they're still dealing with it right now. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to fix it. Stop telling them they're not
I got
great.
you. So, what is the best quality that you have that equals great supervisor?
I know my limitations. I'm willing to learn. I recognize that as a supervisor, as a leader, you're a servant leader. I'm not there, to control. I'm there to learn and to guide and to help. I'm basically there to service them. I'm not there to control and lead them. I'm there to service them and figure out what it takes to make this team the best that it can be. And I provide that for them.
You would be a horrendous manager. You would
Nah,
have the inmates running
Those
the
are signs of
asylum.
a-
With
those are
that
signs
kind
of
of
a leader.
answer,
Those are
that
signs of a
screams.
Okay, you
inmates
tell me what's your
running
answer.
the
Well,
asylum.
teach me, sir. Like I said, I'm here to
Oh,
learn.
I'm
What
a
is your
cashier
sign
How do
at
I do it
Wendy's.
better?
Don't
Tell
worry
me how
about
to do
me,
it better.
baby.
Hold
I'm a
on, sir.
cashier.
What's your
I want to
signs
learn.
of a leader,
Let
Dad?
me,
Wendy's.
sir. Let me learn
What's
from
your
you.
signs
Tell
of a
me.
leader?
No, I want to hear. Teach me. I'm
I
here
have
to learn.
zero. I told you, Girls Code. I'm a cashier at Wendy's.
So how are you going to tell me that I'm not? That's what I'm saying.
Dave, you
Even
full
though
of
you're a
shit, bro.
cashier at Wendy's, right? And I know you're lying about that, but let's just go with it. Now you're gonna come back with you're sitting here, telling me I'm not qualified for a role, and then the role
no,
that you're,
Girls
the
Code. Whenever
qualification
that
that you
question is
have
asked,
to
I
judge
don't
my
want to hear.
qualification,
Stop, Girls
the
Code. I don't
qualification
want.
that you're quoting to judge my qualification is a cashier at Wendy's. Do you think that you have, if that's what you're gonna say that you are, do you think you have enough credence to actually quantify or qualify who I am or what I can do?
I'll be honest with you. Based off that answer, I do.
Or
yes.
credibility.
Because whenever that
Credibility.
question
Yeah, you
is
know you
asked,
full
there's
of
so
shit,
many
bro.
great answers you could give. You could say, I'm very decisive. I have the ability to recognize a problem and solve it quickly. I'm great at spotting talent. I'm great at recognizing when people are not meeting their expectations and how to fix it. Those
Dave,
are the
you
kind
full
of
of shit,
answers.
bro.
you're
Oh, so you were
looking for.
asking? Are you asking
Instead
if I was a
of
good?
saying, I'm here to serve them. The inmates are once again, Girls Code, you're a sweet lady.
Well, I didn't know you were
I can
asking
tell
me if
you
I was a
will
good
never,
manager. I didn't
ever
know. Wait. I didn't know
supervise
if you were
anybody.
asking me what it takes to be a
Dave,
manager. I
you
thought you
full
said
of
leader.
shit, bro.
Hold
What?
on.
You love when I say that's so
Hold on
wrong.
a second, sir. I misinterpreted the question because manager is something that can be taught. Leadership isn't.
That's
Leadership
it. There
is
you go.
something that's
Okay,
born.
so you
So
did
yeah,
not
what
understand
you
the
just
question.
described,
Okay,
sir.
that-
Hold on.
once
Let
again,
me just
another
finish.
red flag.
Let me finish. What you just described is a manager, something that you teach somebody. You teach them, these are the steps to be a good manager. You do A, B, C, D, right? And then you do that over and over again, and you're good at managing. You didn't ask me about management. You asked me about leadership. Leadership is something else. Leadership is a different level. It's a higher
And
level than
that's
manager.
and once again, for everybody watching, this is why the white person got the supervisor job, and you ended up suing
White
them for a
privilege is the
$100
reason why
gift
the white
card.
person got the
Okay,
supervisor job.
point blank,
White
answers
privilege.
like that. What, be love?
I said white privilege is why the white person got the supervisor job, not anything else.
Well,
And
I'm
white
willing to
supremacy,
bet
and
A,
white
they got a
supremacy
higher test
racism.
score. B, certain questions that were asked for whatever position it was. Questions about leadership and management and how you lead a group of people. They gave better answers than Girls Code. Guarantee you that.
No, it was white privilege and
Listen,
white
it's easy
supremacy
to give you the
racism.
answer out of a book, right? But really, I think what most great leaders are missing is the ability, is the care and desire to really serve their people, right? I think most people when
So
they're
you're going back to inmates running the
when
asylum.
they're when you're after power, you're gonna say, okay, I do step 1, step 2, step 3, and if I do that, I'm gonna be successful. But listen, people don't follow you if you're just following steps. People follow you if you're an authentic leader, right? If you're just following step and you're the manager, they're gonna follow the management badge. So once the management badge go on to somebody else, they're gonna follow that person out. When you're a leader, they're gonna follow you wherever you go.
Do you see why whoever that supervisor was that did not hire you? Do you see why they didn't?
Yeah,
Like, can you
I
give
do.
me
I
a
see
reason
why.
why they didn't besides that
Yeah,
you're black?
yeah, I see why.
Go ahead. Why? What, like, what's a negative
Because
that you bring to the
they're
table?
because they're managers
Wait, what?
and they're racist. They're managers and they're racist.
Okay, so it's
They're
all
not real leaders.
okay. Can you think of any other reason besides the color of your skin?
No, because I'm an exceptional
Stop
developer.
moving the goalposts.
I'm one of the
man.
listen.
Okay,
Listen,
great.
I'm not
Moving the
saying this.
goalposts.
I'm
Okay,
not tooting
great.
my own horn. Listen, I'm not
That's
tooting
what
my
y'all
own
love to
horn
do.
because
Y'all love to
I'm
move the
arrogant. I know my
goalposts.
What,
weaknesses and
ask
my
a common
strengths.
sense question that
Hold
you
on one
two
second.
fucking
One
can't
second.
answer?
No, you're
I'm
moving
not
the
tooting my own
goalposts.
horn. I know my
Moving
weaknesses and I know
goalposts.
my
Wait,
strengths.
hold on,
And
Ghosco. B-Love, what the
okay.
fuck are you talking about? Moving the goalposts? I'm asking
Because
her different questions.
you asked
Okay,
girls code.
I've told her flat out there is no chance in hell she will ever be in a position to supervise others because she cannot manage herself. Okay, point
Then
blank.
you just
So
asked
then I
girls
ask her a
code,
question. Can you give me one reason why somebody would not hire you?
and she did. She did.
Okay,
Matter of
I'm so
fact, she
sorry.
didn't give
Go
you.
ahead, you
She didn't give
answer
you.
for
She
her.
didn't give you one reason. She gave you two reasons.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
she said
then you
because of
asked
the
her
color
another
of her
question.
skin. What was
You
the other
said,
reason,
"Can you
B-Love?
give me another reason other than the reasons that you already gave on why you wasn't hired?" That's
B-Love, what
moving
was
the
the reason
goalpost.
she gave besides the color of her skin? Go ahead.
Exactly. That's moving the goalpost. Stay consistent. You're not being
Besides
consistent.
that, what else was there?
You
he was a
just
bad
moved the
manager.
goalpost.
I mean, he was a
You just
manager.
moved the
That's what I
goalpost.
said. He was a
That's what
manager,
I'm
and
talking about.
he's
You just moved the goalpost.
right because
White
that's
Wait,
what
people
I'm telling
always
hold
you.
on,
do that
Ghost,
shit.
Ghost,
Y'all
Who are
Ghost,
love
Ghost.
to move the
managers?
goalpost and try
Hold
to
on one
create a
second.
narrative of
People who are
bullshit.
managers are might not be able to recognize good talent. And I'm telling you, I'm extremely talented as a developer. Extremely talented.
Okay,
So that's
fair
why he
enough.
didn't hire me because he was a manager, and he was racist.
If I was to call your ex-boss, you know how you do references? If your resume came on my desk and I call your ex-boss and say, hey, Steve, I have Girls Code. She applied for a job here. What's the best thing about Girls Code? Just one word. What would his answer be?
She's able to accomplish the impossible.
Okay, great. And what's the worst thing about her?
She's very outspoken and direct.
Okay. Your last job, were you fired or did you quit?
My last job, both kind of sorta. I kind of got
Your ass
fired
is fired.
intentionally.
Your ass is fired.
I
You're
was
one of
fired.
those
I'm
people that
not gonna
says,
lie.
before you fire me,
Because
I'm
let
quitting.
me tell you the
Get
scenario.
the fuck
behind
out of
it.
here.
No,
Go ahead.
they hired me as a developer, and they wanted me to test. They said, "I'm gonna put you in the QA
We already
department." I'm
went
like,
through this.
no, hold on, listen. No, this is a different company. They said, "I'm gonna put you in the QA department." It happens all the time. I said, "Listen, I have 15 years of experience as a developer. There's absolutely no way I'm gonna go and be a QA." Right? I'm actually better. I've been working with your developers and they don't know what the hell they're doing. I've been contracting for 5 years.
Yeah, well,
with
your
companies
test scores say
hold
you're
on one
not that
second.
good.
With companies like General Electric, I'm building freaking facial recognition software for the top government agencies. And you're telling me you're gonna put me in QA department. I'm not doing it. And when I said I'm not doing it, they said, okay, you're fired. Okay, fine.
Okay,
Bye.
okay, but that's ridiculous. That's you not being a team player. If you're a
But I'm not that team
supervisor,
player. I'm not gonna go do some job that's beneath me. I'm not doing that. You hired me as a developer. That's what I'm doing. If you're not gonna have me do that, then bye.
So
I have no problem with that.
I think that once again, and that goes back to my original statement on this subject was you do not have the ability to manage yourself. And
No, that's very much so managing myself.
and
What
let
do
me
you mean?
explain.
I'm
Let
not
me
going to
ex-
put up with them treating me anything other than I know the reason they wanted to put me in QA. Because even the contract company, because I was a contractor, even the contract company didn't understand it. They said you're an exceptional developer. Why would they put you in a QA department?
Okay,
right?
so
They were like,
okay,
you're so
here,
embarrassed.
hold
You're
on,
so
hold on.
embarrassed.
So
They would
the
even say that you're so
manager,
embarrassed.
the manager came to you, your supervisor, and says, "I'm putting you over in QA."
Yeah,
What was your response?
I was like, no, I'm not going to QA. I said, I mean, I didn't say it like that. I said,
What
I
did
tried
you
to
say
be the nice
exactly?
way. I said, I don't remember, but I think it was something along the lines of, I try to be politically correct at first. As a developer, it would be very difficult for me to work as a QA because it's boring. I didn't say boring, but I basically said I would get bored in like a day, right? And I wouldn't do this. And secondly, if I went to another job and they asked me, what did I do in my last job? And I said QA, then I'm going to get a huge pay cut. Right? So I can't, I'm a contractor. I can't work as a QA. I basically said it in that way. And then they can
why not say to the manager, look, that's not really my thing. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it, but I am a team player. Can you tell me how long I'll be over there for? Go ahead.
Well, why do I have to though? Like you didn't hire me as a QA.
Because your boss told you to go. What the fuck?
I don't care. No, listen. It's kind of like you hiring a doctor and telling them they're gonna have to go be a nurse. You think a doctor would go be a nurse for a year, for a month, or even a day? No, they wouldn't.
The further this
That's not
conversation
being a
goes
team
on,
player.
the more and more you're
I was
proving
a
my
doctor.
point, Rosa.
They want me to go
No,
be a
she
nurse.
is
I'm not
not,
doing
Dave.
that.
No, she is not. A doctor would never be hired as a doctor to go be a nurse.
Okay.
That's
But
not
what
the scope of what
I'm
they
willing
do.
to bet, you think of any of the doctors, if something was needed in the nurse's station, the doctor wouldn't say that's beneath me.
Listen, I can write automated tests. I test all day. When I write code, I don't just write code. I write code and I write tests for the code, right? So that's just a part of what I do. They didn't want me to write tests. They wanted me to go do manual testing. Go click on things. I'm not doing that.
Once again, I'm just saying, I think a lot of people in here, whenever I said you will never be a manager, you cannot manage yourself.
That was very much so managing myself.
Let me ask you this.
That was me
Let me ask
managing
you this,
myself. I
Let
know
me
my
ask you this,
limitations.
Dave.
Listen,
You feel
sir,
me?
I have standards.
Would you expect the president
I definitely managed myself in that
voters,
situation. I
would
think
you
I did
expect
exceptional in that
President Trump,
situation.
who the voters voted in the office, to do clerk work and call
I
him
did
a team
exceptional.
player?
I think I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
Would you
I
expect
have
a
no
President Trump
regrets.
to do
Comparing
clerk
girls'
work?
code to
You wouldn't do
the
that.
sitting president of the United States.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't expect the
But
president
I
to do
think,
clerk
hold
work.
on, beloved. I think when I first said you will never be in a supervisor position, people might have thought to themselves, like, Dave, that's kind of mean. But as this conversation has gone on, when you're right, you're right. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
You wouldn't expect the president to do clerk work. The job.
Yeah,
of the
but
clerk.
once
call him
again,
a team
she's
player.
not the
Get the
fucking
fuck out of here,
president.
Dave. You full
She's
of
a
shit, bro.
low-level fucking coder, okay, that apparently scored very badly on a test, and they
So
were
you
putting
say.
her in another department, and she says she was too good for it. So
You don't
that's
even
why
know
her
this
ass
lady.
is
So
grabbed.
you
She's
say.
gone.
You trying to make her.
Listen,
You trying to put some
I
stains
would
in her
agree.
name so bad, Dave.
All right, but
You trying
listen,
your
if
hardest to put stain on her name so bad.
Wait, did I say anything
no,
inaccurate?
he's not putting a stain on my
Yes,
name.
you
He's
did.
actually making
You
himself
did.
look.
You said a
He's
lot
actually
of shit that was inaccurate.
no, sir. All the questions that he's answering is making me realize who he is. I love that he's answering it honestly, right? Because to me, even the answers that I don't agree with speaks volume. It
But
speaks
you
to who
said
you are as a person.
They told you
And if
your
your
test
answers,
scores
if
were
your
low.
responses are irrational, then I know that you're making them up just so you can justify a illegitimate argument. Because you know that there's absolutely no way I scored on the first test. I scored high enough to be the top person, and then on the second test, I didn't even score high enough to be the bottom person. That's impossible. Don't you recognize that that's impossible?
Not really. I mean, people,
and especially when the people who are giving me a coding test were not coders.
Right. Have you ever been a manager or a supervisor?
Yes, most companies put me in. As a matter of fact, when I worked for General Electric, I worked for General Electric during the time of the financial crisis. So developers were just jumping ship.
All right,
So they
so General Electric,
they
why they
contracted
fired?
me.
Hold on,
No,
just stop.
no, no, no,
I
hold on,
don't
hold on,
need
hold on.
your
Let me
whole
tell you.
game
No,
page.
no, no, no.
Why did GE
my
fire
contract
your
ended.
ass?
My contract ended. But listen, no, let me tell you. Let me tell you the General Electric situation, right? I was there for a year and a half on this contract. So when they hired me, developers were leaving and they were in a bind, right? So they put me, the scrum master, after like 2 weeks of observing me, the tech lead left. He went to the director and said, you need to make her tech lead. He suggested that he make me the tech lead, even though I was only there for like a month, right? So now I'm in charge of the team. I was able to deliver, even though everyone else on the team was not new to the company. All of them were with the company a lot longer than I was. I was only with the company for a month.
Come on. Why did they fire your ass? Get to that point.
I didn't get fired. Their contract ended.
Why
As a matter of
didn't
fact,
they want you back
I went from
why didn't
Atlanta.
want
They
to
actually
renew
sent
you?
me. I was so good. They sent me from Atlanta to Seattle, actually. So no,
Okay, so
I didn't
why
get fired.
didn't they renew you?
Because I wanted something different. I was in Seattle making a lot of money, and I wanted to come back home to my house. I was tired of living in somebody's room. I have a house.
And how many people did you manage?
At the Atlanta location, I managed 3 people. We were able to accomplish impossible things. They couldn't believe that we did it. They thought we could not meet these deadlines. Not only did I meet the deadline, I met the deadline early because I don't
All
play.
right, so the maximum amount of people that you could fucking manage is 3.
No, when I was in the Army, I managed more people than that. I'm just saying in that situation. I've been in multiple management positions. That's just one. I managed a Taco Bell. Shit, when I worked at Taco Bell, I was a manager. When I first got out of the Army, I was a manager. I was freaking young as hell. Nobody wanted to listen to me because I didn't know what I was doing. But they put me in charge of the maintenance department of a whole mall in freaking Alexandria, Virginia.
So you were in charge of the janitors at the local mall.
The people who cleaned up. Yeah, this is my first job out of the Army, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, just hold on. I'm gonna bring other people up. Just hold on one second. Uncle, where are you from, Uncle?
California.
And what brings you up, sir?
I was just listening to this great conversation you're all having.
All right,
I just
do you
had
have
one question.
anything
I just
to
had one
add
question.
to it?
Thank you, man, for serving in the Army. I'm also ex honorably discharged soldier. I just wanted to ask one question. If you're so great at what you do, why don't you start your own company?
I do have my own company now. I'm in the process of. I just built an app. The link is in my profile, actually.
What's
Really?
the app for?
Yeah. It's an app. Well, I started day trading, and I wanted to build an app that helps me with that. So it helps me.
Okay, so what is it?
But it's gonna be a suite of apps. It's not just one thing. It has an AI component. It's a suite. Right now it's the beta, right?
Mm-hmm.
The beta trading portion, but I'm working on other pieces as well.
Okay, so if I download this app, what's it going to do for me?
Well, it's not a downloadable app yet. I haven't made it mobile. I haven't built the mobile version yet. I want to get a lot more. It takes a lot more resources.
Wait, what version did you build?
It's just a web. It's a website. It is an app, but it's not downloadable.
Okay.
It's a website. So if you go to the website, you'll be able to access it. But
I understand what you're talking about.
Hold on one second.
To host an app, Apple charges you yearly to actually build an app for their Play Store. Their store, and so does. So I don't want to start paying for it until I get a lot more people using it.
Hey, host.
Okay. And what is this app going to deliver for somebody that downloads it?
Right now, I'm actually just winging it. Honestly, I'm not even having a goal. So when I see a need that needs to be met, I just build it.
I have another comment about the gentleman up in the corner. I understand why he's not getting his DNA tested. Is because from what I understand with DNA technology is a lot of the DNA from the African nation is not included in the DNA test, so it's not picked up.
That's not why I haven't gotten a DNA test yet. I'm researching a reputable DNA testing company that's very accurate with the results. Because when I do my DNA test, whatever the results are, I'm gonna stand on that, and I don't want to stand on something that's not true.
But what makes you an expert in DNA?
I'm not an expert in DNA. I never admitted that I was an expert in DNA.
So how
Those are
can you
words that
search?
just put it-
How can
those
you
are words
search
that you just put
reputable
in my
DNA
mouth.
companies?
I just want to make sure that I have a company that is very accurate on what the results are.
Doesn't make
You see what I'm
sense.
saying?
I mean, it does, but
It
I don't know
really
where you
doesn't.
get your
But
How does that not make sense? Why would
because
I
you're
want to? Why would I want to pay a DNA
beloved,
testing
you have
company
spent over a
money to give
year
me
in
lies
my
on what my
broadcast
results are?
claiming you're a
Make that shit
foundational
make
Black
sense, Dave.
American with no evidence to back it up.
No, but make that shit make sense. Why would I want to? Why would I want to pay my money to get a DNA test for from a company that's gonna lie to me about my results?
Okay, so we're
Make
just
that
going to
shit
go
make
with the
sense,
notion
Dave.
that you're a foundational Black American forever with
Let's
zero proof.
focus on that question first, Dave.
so
You're dancing
get
around that
multiple.
question. Why
So
would I do that?
why
Why
don't you
would I
just
pay a company to lie to me about my DNA testing results?
why don't you get multiple test results then? See what happens.
Nah. We ain't doing that. That's too much work.
No, that
We
would
ain't
be
doing
real
that.
then, wouldn't it?
I need accurate results from the DNA testing company that I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna do test runs. The fuck? That don't even
Well, then
make
you're never
sense.
going to get the truth. You're just going to
No,
fucking
I
talk on
am gonna
Dave's
get the
show.
truth. I am gonna get the truth because I'm gonna do with a reputable DNA testing company that gives me complete accurate results
My
for
question
my
again,
DNA.
how do you know what a reputable company is?
Dave's gonna help me do research. You feel me?
But beloved, I
He just
got
got to get
mine
off his
done
lazy ass and
at
come help me.
23andMe. Now they just went bankrupt. So does that mean my results are inaccurate?
I would, if we was in a court and this was presented to a judge, the judge would say that, you feel me, 23andMe lacks credibility to be able to,
Right,
give
but
you
what?
DNA
Okay,
testing
okay.
results.
I don't know
You
what
see
to
how
tell
that
you,
makes
though.
sense? You see how that
Yeah,
makes sense?
but
And our
once
DNA
again, I would
information
Oh
can
just
be
my God,
stop
it's
sold, by
saying
always
the
a
you're a
way.
but with you
foundational
motherfuckers,
Black
bro. It's always
American
a
until you
but.
have proof.
It's always a but. Okay.
That's just me. Well, how can you come
Oh,
up
now
here,
it's just
demand
you. Okay.
You know,
reparations, saying you're a foundational Black American, and you have zero proof?
hey, Dave,
You said what,
I
Dave?
watched the court proceedings about 23andMe. Did you watch them?
I did not. Why? What happened?
You know, our information for 23andMe has been sold to multiple vendors.
That's
I
another
think
thing. That's
that's
another thing
anywhere you put your
against our
information,
own,
it is
uh,
most likely
without our consent.
sold. What, beloved?
I said they've sold your DNA testing to to various numerous of companies without your consent, which is a
Right.
violation of your
Once again,
privacy.
we're on an app right now that your information is on President Xi's desk in China. So, I mean, it is what it is.
So I mean, because I mean, so I guess, you feel me. So what you're trying to say is because it's like a regular thing or it's a popular thing to do that unjust things are okay.
I'm not
So
justifying it. I'm just
because
saying
so because
reality
so
is
because
that's what
so
happens.
because this is a popular thing, you know what I'm saying? Violation of your privacy is okay. That's what you're
Okay,
trying to
so
tell me.
you're going to
That's
that's your
crazy.
reason?
That's crazy, Dave.
So
That's
wait, so
crazy.
that's
You're
going to be
not
your
living in
reason for
reality,
not
sir.
backing up what you say with the
You're
foundational
not
Black
living in
American
reality,
bullshit?
sir. Make that shit make sense. You're not living in reality.
Okay, fair enough. So once again, we're just going to continue with the lie that we're a foundational Black American
It's not a
demanding
lie.
reparations with zero proof.
It's
Comical.
not a lie.
Comical.
You're gonna continue not to help me find a reputable, accurate DNA testing company. That's what you're gonna continue to do, Dave. I'm
Okay,
genuinely
hold
asking for
on,
your help.
beloved. Jeffrey, where are you from, Jeffrey? Jeffrey. All right, you're done. I mean, what the hell am I supposed to do with that, beloved?
You're supposed to be genuine and honest and come help me. But I don't think you really want to help me. You just full of
How's he
shit.
going to help you? Is he going to pay for it?
Yeah,
No,
but
I mean,
if
like,
you
help me do. I
search
mean, help me do the research. I
a
got my own.
good
I got
DNA
my
test
own
or
money. I
whatever,
work for
you have to
myself.
make
I
your
got my
own
own money,
decision.
so
What
that's
do I
not
look
the
like?
issue. I'm talking about would you help
No,
me
I'm
do the
just trying to
research
figure
to
out
find
where he's
a
going to help you. Because all
reputable,
you got to do is search
DNA
it in a
testing
Google
company
app.
that has that has complete accurate results. Help me do the research. I'll pay for it. That's not from the money ain't the issue. Just help me do the research so I can find one and get my DNA testing. And you can do the DNA testing too with that same company since you did it with 23andMe and they gave you some bullshit ass results.
All right, let's go to what the hell does that say? Diddy?
Didi.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dee Dee. I apologize. Dee Dee, where are you from, love?
From Iowa.
And what brings you up?
So I have a question about the what is it? The money for the black people?
Reparations?
Yes.
Reparations. Yeah. Dee Dee, are you a
Yes.
black woman?
No, I am not.
She from
Okay, are
Iowa,
you
bro.
here to give my friend B Love
We have black
reparations?
people in Iowa.
Yeah,
You
but
You
do?
if
from
you
Des
from
Oh, okay,
Moines?
great.
Iowa, it's about a 95% chance you're not black.
So what is the cause of us giving you these things?
Okay, because you asked that question, I have to ask, how old are you and what is your education level?
I am 36 and I have a college degree.
Wow, our colleges is failing this country.
What'd you say?
Okay, I said well, I said our colleges are failing this country, but really our education system is failing this country.
All right,
Since you
so
don't know
answer her.
that,
Why the fuck do you guys deserve reparations?
because we built this country
Oh, fuck
from
me.
free from for free labor, and
We all built this
we never
country.
got compensated for that, and because of white supremacy racism going on till this day, which includes the war on drugs, redlining, discrimination against ex-felons when it comes to getting jobs, housing, and employment, the unjust unaliving of foundational Black Americans by law enforcement, and medical racism, and many other things. It's just I don't want to monopolize everybody's time. Keep saying the long list of things, but you feel me? You should get the point,
So depression's in there also, I'm assuming.
huh?
Depression's in there also, I'm assuming.
You said depressions,
Depression.
suppression,
Yeah.
suppression from
Like you haven't had the same opportunities that a white man has.
most definitely.
Okay. So should women get that then also of all races?
I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about foundational Black Americans, which includes women, Black women, foundational
Okay.
Black American women.
So I've been suppressed longer than black men have.
How you figure that?
I couldn't own a business without a cosigner until 1988.
You said you've been
You could
suppressed.
vote before I could.
You say you've been suppressed for longer, so that means a length of time. So tell me the length of time that
I
you've
couldn't
so called
have a
been
bank
suppressed.
account, and as a woman, I wouldn't be able to have a bank account until 1974.
1974,
Hmm.
right?
We would have
So
to have our
foundational Black
husbands.
Americans. So foundational Black Americans have been affected by white supremacy racism since before the inception of this country,
We've been beat by
which
our
was
husbands
which
for
and
hundreds of years.
and the inception of this country was 1776, but this has been going on ever since 1619.
Let me ask you a question. This is always interesting.
Wait, hold on. I want to see where just stop. So B Love, she's saying that she has it worse than Black Americans.
Which
I'm
is
not
a
saying that
lie.
I have it worse. We
And
didn't
she said
have
for
even
longer.
as many rights until way after
I'm gonna
the
fight
Civil
for her
Rights Act.
reparations. I think I can fight for her reparations.
Hey, I know
It
that's
kind of
probably
makes
in your
sense.
best interest too, Dave.
Wait, what?
That's probably in your best interest too, Dave.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's crazy though that we couldn't own a business as a woman, any race, until 1988 without a cosigner of a man?
I'm a foundational Black American, so I can't speak to that.
Just without any other context of the conversation. You don't think that that's crazy?
He's here to
I'm a
represent.
foundational Black American, so I can't speak to that. I can only speak for foundational Black American issues.
Okay. So you won't give your judgment on any other topic?
I mean, I'm a foundational Black American, so I'm about foundational Black Americans first. I'm
Got
about
it.
foundational Black Americans first, then it's everybody else. But until we are made whole, I'm for foundational Black Americans first.
Dee Dee, did that conversation go about as you expected? Better or worse?
Yes. 100% as I expected.
Have you heard B Love before?
No, I haven't. I've
Oh,
just been
okay.
listening for like the past 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's
But
delightful, isn't he?
it's always curious to me on these situations. I mean, I grew up, my stepdad is black, so I'm not saying that I know everything about the black community. I have some insight into it. I grew up not asking for a handout. I always worked my ass off for everything. I had at 20. I gave myself 6 months on state assistance and then got a job, and now I do own a business. But it is insane to me that we couldn't own a business as women until 1988. I couldn't have a bank account without a husband until 1974. And it boggles my mind on how anybody in this country could even think that without hard work that we're just going to sit here and ask for handouts.
Can I ask you?
No,
Do you
this is
think?
not about a handout. This is about justice being
Okay.
served
For whom? You weren't a slave.
for foundational Black Americans
For foundational Black America,
who
which you
built
can't
this
prove
country.
yourself. Which you can't prove yourself. I'm more fundamental Black American than you are.
How do you know that?
No,
How
I'm
do you
using
feel?
your same logic. I'm using your same
It
logic.
sounds like a baseless claim.
Well, to be fair, so is
I
yours,
don't know.
right? It's a claim.
No,
It's
it's
been
not. It's
proved.
not. I have even if I don't have the history. I mean, even if I don't have the DNA, I have history. I have art. You dig what I'm saying? You can go in museums and see the
So do
real
I.
Native Americans look just like me. The real foundational Black Americans look just like me. Not the ones with the Asian
They look just like
phenotypes
me
or
too.
the Mongolian phenotypes.
I
You
have,
feel me? That they try to
but I
use
have
to you feel
history.
me to
I have
replace it.
history. I have art. I have history. I have art. I have all that.
You
So
do?
trust
You
me,
do?
bro.
What
Yeah, just trust me,
history and
bro.
what art?
Just trust me.
What history and what art?
Just trust me. Just
I'm
trust
not
me.
trusting
Fundamental
nothing.
Black history
Trust is a
and
belief word.
fundamentally
I'm
Black
not in the belief
art.
business. I'm in the knowing business. So what
Okay, yeah, we're gonna move
what
on from this
art or what
because
history do you have
apparently
to prove that to prove your claim?
I have my fundamentally Black history and fundamentally Black art as well. So
Okay. Well, what is it? Expound on it. What is it, bro?
it's
And you said
Black
you
history
black?
that's
You a
fundamental.
foundational Black American?
Yeah, it's Black art that's foundational. That's what that
You
is.
full of shit, bro.
No, I'm
You full of
actually.
shit.
Why?
Yeah.
So are you.
Yeah.
So are you.
Man, I'm
So
not.
now that
I'm
we
not. I'm
determined that
not.
we're both
I'm
full of
actually
shit here,
not. I'm
now that
actually
we
not.
determined, now that we
Art,
determined that we're both
and
full
when
of
I find
shit,
a reputable DNA testing company, that is gonna back up what I'm saying.
well,
It's
look,
also just backing up my
just
claim.
like
So it's all
everybody
good,
else
bro.
has to do your work
It's all
for you
good.
because you're too lazy to do your own work.
You white as fucking
Okay,
mayonnaise, bro.
I'm not white as fuck actually.
You
This
white
is
as mayonnaise, bro.
actually I'm black,
You white as snow in
fundamentally
the
black.
Rocky
But look,
Mountains,
we're not
son.
getting anywhere. We're
You
not getting
white as
anywhere.
hell,
Just like
bro. Use a napkin man.
we're not gonna go anywhere.
Use a napkin man. Ain't
And
nothing carbonated or
you're
melanated
begging,
about
man.
you,
Look,
bro.
this
You
is
got a
childish, right?
calcified pineal gland, bro.
This is childish, bro.
Nah,
Right. So
this
look,
is facts. You got a
all right. So
calcified
we
pineal
gotta stop
gland.
with your. We gotta stop bruising of the soft palate from
Nah,
this
nah,
white
nah.
suppressor
You
because
got a
it doesn't
calcified
exist.
pineal gland, bro. That's just what it is. You got a
It
calcified
doesn't
pineal
exist.
gland.
So you want reparations from people that never owned slaves, and you want to give it to people who were never slaves to begin with.
You got a calcified pineal gland, bro. You white as hell.
You have a undeveloped frontal lobe.
No, you got a calcified pineal gland, bro.
That's
You
cool.
white as hell.
Didn't we win it in the war?
You white as hell.
Didn't we win this country?
Huh?
Didn't we take it over?
We did.
Nah.
But didn't America take over the country?
This always been
No, we
America.
didn't.
America, that's my
We're just
country.
borrowing it.
America, that's my country. You
Whose
feel me? This is
country is
my
it?
country.
Really?
I'm more
The
American
country's
than
So
owned
then
by
why do you
anybody in
who?
this.
need
I'm more.
reparations?
If you're
If
not
you
a
own this, if
foundational
you
Black
own, if
American,
you
I'm
why,
more American than anybody
why do
on
you
this
need
panel.
reparations?
Yeah, he's right. Get him,
Yeah,
uncle. If you own
yeah,
it, why do
yeah.
you need reparations if you own
I'm
it?
the original American. Yeah, for sure.
But answer their question. If
So
you
you're
guys
good. You don't
own
need
it, why
reparations.
do
We
you
should
need
get it from you.
reparations?
Nah, bro. Y'all trying to piggyback
I
off
want
our
my
shit.
reparations.
Hey, listen.
That's crazy.
See?
Just with the patents alone that rightfully belong to foundational Black Americans, we'll be up on y'all.
What's the
Just with the
number one
patents
patent
alone.
that white
Y'all
people
stole
stole from you
all our
guys?
patents. You feel me? All our patents. Y'all
All right,
stole it.
hold on one second.
Where were all the
Topanga, where are
patents?
you from?
I'm from South Dakota.
All right, what brings you up, Topanga?
I wanted to say, can y'all go to the store Daily Wire and get yourself a leftist tear cup?
Okay. Is that all you got, Topanga? I'm gonna be honest, I have
No.
no clue what the fuck you said.
Oh, sorry. Did it sound muffled?
Yeah, it sounded muffled. Just put it in the chat. We'll figure it out. We got FBA Detroit, and where I come from, FBA means one thing: Foundational Black American. So let's see if he is one. FBA. Oh, you didn't connect yet. My hope is this is a troll. FBA, you're not connecting.
I see him on the panel.
On my screen, it's just a spinning thing. But I'll give it another minute. All right, FBA, come on.
Who's an Irish Greek Cuban?
All right, my friend
Who's
Michi's
Irish
coming
Greek
up.
Cuban?
All right, hold on one second, please. Michi, what's up, brother?
Not much, Dave. What's up, man?
Not much. Hey, are you a foundational Black American? Michi?
All right. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, there you go. Are you a foundational Black American?
All right. Hell no, I ain't no FBA, man.
Do you believe that FBAs exist?
I do, but I think they full of shit.
Oh,
Why?
well, I mean,
I think FBA full of shit. I think FBA
Why?
full of shit because they say they want reparations, right, Dave? They want reparations and they want to do all this, but first of all, they talk down to the black woman and they don't run for office to change shit for reparations.
Wow.
Damn, shame on
We
you.
don't talk down to our black women though.
Y'all
I
do.
haven't
So
had
give
that
me
experience.
one FBA politician that's running to change the laws to get us reparations.
I don't subscribe to
Just
really
one.
getting in. Well,
Just
I ain't
one.
gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I like as far as the president is concerned. I don't subscribe to that. Or
Even
like the
senator.
senators.
Give me a governor.
Let me
Give me an
be able to
FBA
finish.
governor.
Let me be able to finish. Like as far as like the president and the senators and the House of Representatives, I don't subscribe to that for change. But on the local level, like politicians on the local level, I will admit, I do subscribe to FBAs getting in those type of positions to be able to affect positive change for cash, land, tax, medical, and environmental reparations for
Those are
foundational
the
Black
5
Americans.
things reparations
Yeah,
wise he is on his list.
I can't name one politician on a local level. His name is Marcel Dixon out of South Carolina.
I haven't even heard of what's his name that be on Instagram. I can't. But anyway, it's not too many of y'all. Y'all don't have a big enough movement. And then some of y'all ideologies don't line up with regular Black
One.
Americans.
What elaborate
Regular
on that,
Black
Michi?
Americans.
Yeah.
What ideology are you talking about?
I mean, like to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like y'all think that the what's the name, the women's rights and stuff like that when they come to ABs and stuff like that, y'all shun against that lady that started the AB clinics. What's her name? Y'all always try to use that.
Who, Margaret Sanger?
Jasmine Crockett. Y'all hate Jasmine Crockett.
Well, she is ghetto as fuck, Michi. Let's
That's
be
She is
not
honest.
not.
ghetto.
She is
That's
not.
not
She is
ghetto.
not with
She's
FBA. She
ghetto.
is not with FBAs. Jasmine Crockett
Yeah,
is
she's
not
no
with
way.
that.
She's ghetto.
Yeah,
No,
she's
that's
not
not
with
ghetto.
FBAs.
What? You're saying
That-
you listen to Jasmine Crockett and you think that could be she could be president of the United States?
I think a lot of white
She's
folk
not.
is threatened how a black woman move her neck and snap her hands and shit and really talks like the way she talks. That's a black woman talking. And the shit she talks about is calling the hypocrisy and the bullshit out.
Well, let me tell you this, Michi. I'm not a religious man, but if I was, I would be praying every fucking night before I go to bed that Jasmine fucking Crockett, that ghetto bitch from Texas, is the Democratic Party nominee in 2028. JD Vance will win like 47 of the 50 states.
JD Vance lies about his mother, dog.
Okay,
he just
no
said
problem.
he up there talking about
once
my
again,
mom.
he can say
my
whatever
mom.
the fuck he wants.
Let me tell you.
JD Vance would win 47 states.
This is what he said. This is what he
Crockett's
said,
a lot
Dave.
smarter
I
than
don't
you
care
think,
what
bro.
he said.
Hold up, Dave. Your boy already talked against Donald Trump when he was running.
course,
He already
of
said
course.
what type of bad person Donald Trump was. Then he lying, talking about my mama did this. She was a pill popper and was stealing smugs. That's how she wasn't. It wasn't no drug dealers. It wasn't no smug dealers selling no stuff. She was a pill popper. Now he blowing it out of proportion. He's a liar.
Okay, so once again, just bottom line is JD Vance on the debate stage versus Jasmine Crockett. Come on now.
How about AOC? He can't beat AOC.
AOC is actually
Crockett
more dumb
are not
than
with
Crockett.
FBA, bro.
I didn't
I'm
say
sorry to
these.
tell you,
Of
they are
course
not
they're
with
not.
Jasmine
FBA,
Crockett's highly educated.
Highly
They are
educated.
not with
She's
FBA,
very high.
bro.
She's highly educated, Jasmine
She's
Crockett,
highly educated, but ghetto as fuck.
and she's very wealthy.
That's not ghetto.
Oh, that's ghetto.
Hell
She
no.
sounds
Ghetto
like-
is
That's
coming
not ghetto.
outside.
That's
Hold on,
cutthroat
Ghetto
thing,
is
dude.
coming outside with a bonnet on
Jasmine
every day.
Crockett
That's
sounds
ghetto.
smart to dumb people. She sounds smart
I
to
don't know what
dumb
ghetto
people.
is. I don't know.
But actual smart people don't listen to Jasmine Crockett.
Smart people don't even like Trump. Trump said it.
Actually, the gentleman who has the highest IQ, recorded IQ of 246 or 276, stated
Smart.
that the intelligent actually vote for Donald Trump.
Do you even
I
know
can tell
what
you one
IQ
thing. You're not
stands
even.
for,
You're not
bro?
even 1% black. My
Do you even
friend.
know what IQ stands for?
No, what?
Do you, I'm talking to the dude that mentioned IQ. Do you even know what the I and the Q stands for?
I think it's intellectual quantitative or some shit.
Oh my God, you don't even know what the I and
No,
the
yeah,
Q
I
stands
don't. I
for,
don't.
and you
But I
talking
can spell
about
it. I can spell IQ.
IQ.
I can spell IQ.
I'm gonna give you this jewel. I'm gonna give you this jewel. The I
Thank
and
you.
the Q it stands for intelligence quotient.
That's
That's
exactly
what
what I
it
was
stands
just
for,
saying.
bro.
Well, didn't I just say
Y'all
that? But
kill
it's
me on this
quantitative.
app,
I said
bro. I
quantitative or
swear
some
to
shit.
God.
I'm so sorry. My apologies.
He's calling us
that's
dumb, right?
crazy.
Y'all
All
say
right, hold
Jasmine
on 1
Crockett.
second. I just want to hear from FBA Detroit. FBA, first of all, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Does FBA stand for Foundational Black American?
Yes, it does.
All right. And if you had to go in front of a judge and the judge said to you, how can you prove that you're FBA or an FBA? How would you do that?
I would tell them I have a white man's first name and last name, and everybody in my family does.
That's different. Okay, so you got a white man's first name and last name. Everybody in your family does. B Love says his family was here, quote unquote, tens of thousands of years ago. So which one is a better indicator that you're an FBA? The white man's name or the 10,000 year thing?
Well, foundational Black Americans are descendants of American slaves. So being here 10,000 years ago and the country is only 200 and something years old won't make you a foundational Black American. That's something else that he's on to. Foundational Black Americans are descendants of American slaves. I come from slave ancestry. That's where I come from in this country. So I don't know about people being
And
here
how
10,000
did you
years
prove
ago.
that?
How do I prove that? I just told you.
How
I
you
just
prove
told
that?
you.
Because my grandmother was real light skinned. So how do I prove that she was how do you prove that?
Well, sir, what is your last name?
Well, he's not going to dox himself. What the fuck?
Robinson.
Oh, good. Is that white enough or no?
I didn't hear you.
But my grandmother was real white. She was almost white.
Okay, and are you a black man?
Oh, pro-black. I'm pro-black. Ask Dave. Dave know I'm black. HILL all day.
Well, I mean, can you trace your family lineage back to at least being past the Jim Crow era?
I probably do, but us as Americans, we got bigger problems than some damn reparations. Now, I wouldn't mind having it, but that's not my whole damn outlook on life is to get reparations.
Right,
It's
you won't pass it up.
So you have a
nobody's.
problem with
Wait,
justice being
hold
served? Because this is
Yeah,
about justice.
Yeah, but
reparations is not a problem. It's not a problem. We
get
can't look at
reparations.
reparations like a problem. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to talk at the
My
same
fault,
time.
my
as
fault. I'm
nobody
sorry,
else.
I'm sorry, FBA. But
But
one point, though,
FBA, just back to you real quick. How can you prove once again that your relatives or ancestors were slaves? How have you accomplished that?
Well, conversations with my grandmother and great grandmother, for
Okay.
one.
well, to get
Uh,
reparations through federal, you're gonna need paperwork. You're gonna need blood or some stuff.
yeah, and all of them can be traced back to, and my bloodline runs deep from Columbus, Georgia. My bloodline runs deep from Columbus, Georgia, Muskogee County.
My
My
grandfather told me that he once scored the game-winning touchdown for
Here we
like the
go.
local football championship, right? And he was the hero. That doesn't make it
Here we
true,
go.
right?
But
He could
there,
have been one of them.
there are
go.
records, sir. There are records.
He lied to you,
Okay,
though,
so
dude.
what
We will
records?
never get reparations in this country. Never.
There are
actually,
records.
there are
Well,
records.
there's a whole lot of things that have happened that we thought would never happen. We never thought that it would be a black president. We never thought that Martin Luther King's birthday would be a holiday. We never thought there would be a Juneteenth. We never even thought there would be a Black History Month. So we can never say that there will never be a reparations. We don't know what's going to happen. That's the thing about America. I can go to bed broke and
Yeah,
wake
but
up rich
Juneteenth
tomorrow.
is canceled. Trump's canceling that motherfucker.
Hey, Ruby,
That's
It's
a
one thing
farce.
about Trump. Trump ain't forever. How long you think Trump gonna
Right,
live?
Dave.
How much more life do you think Donald Trump has in him? Just be honest.
3 more years.
I think King Trump will be around for another 2 decades.
2
Oh,
years. How
sir,
about
please.
that?
This man
And
is
he'll
like
be in
80 years
office
old
for-
right
and
now.
he'll be in office for 3 more years.
This man is like 80 years old right now. He's not the most healthiest person.
Okay, so once again, it doesn't matter. Once again, if Trump says it's done, it's done. This Juneteenth nonsense, let's get rid of that.
It's
I
not
wouldn't
going
say
to
all
end
that.
with Donald Trump. You guys act like Donald Trump is the alpha and omega of America. It's not
Oh,
going
he
to
is.
end with Donald
The
Trump.
problem is
Who's
the
over Donald
alpha
Trump?
and the omega party in this country is the Republican Party, and the Republicans will be in charge for decades to
I
come.
don't know about that. The way y'all fucking
It
up.
sounds
Dave,
like
that's-
you
that's
have
the
like a
question.
great white hope dream that
No,
you
that's just
that's what you
reality,
hope.
right?
But the
You guys
reality
can
of it
bash
was
Donald Trump all
literally
you
go
fucking want,
Democrat,
but the
Republican,
Democratic Party
Democrat,
is
Republican.
even more
They go back
unpopular.
and forth.
Dave,
What's
Are you
up,
MAGA, Dave?
bro? What the hell is he saying? Uncle,
No, I was
what
asking
are you
you.
saying, Uncle?
are you a
Uncle?
MAGA?
I'm MAGA.
Do you roll with the MAGA?
I do.
I just see a
Wait,
Trump
y'all
sign. I don't
sound
see
like y'all
MAGA.
Hold on one
gangbangers.
second. Hold on. Uncle, I'll bring you back up in a little bit,
You
bro.
roll
If
with
you're
the
going to
MAGA?
sit there and ask me if I'm fucking MAGA, regardless.
You just went on a whole Donald Trump power trip just now. Why wouldn't you
I
think
know. Regardless, doesn't matter.
It was
So,
a given. Yeah, it was a
bottom
given.
line, if Trump cancels Juneteenth, are you going to be pissed?
I am.
if he would, I mean, because it's not. I mean, I probably wouldn't because we're still gonna celebrate it, and we're the only ones who celebrate it anyway. But it's not like when a Democrat get in office, they not gonna cancel Charlie Kirk Day. See how that works?
But there's not. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Everything that he changed is going to get changed back because there's more people that hate him in this country than there is people that love him.
The
We can
difference
agree on
is
that,
that
FBA.
Charlie Kirk isn't a government holiday. That's the difference. So it's just a recognition of Charlie Kirk. It's not a national holiday. All right, so we're gonna take Juneteenth back. Okay, put that back on the work schedule. And once again, that's never coming back. Okay,
We still
because
gonna celebrate
by
it.
now,
I
Just like
don't
we
FBA
been
think so.
Detroit.
celebrating before they got legalized to be a holiday.
Wait, what?
I said we still gonna celebrate Juneteenth just like we were celebrating it before it got legalized to be a
Yeah,
holiday.
but nobody was
So
off
it really
work.
doesn't
Well,
matter.
whatever.
I mean,
Doesn't
but
really
so
matter.
whose favor? Whose favor does that work in? That he's killing that holiday for everybody, and even the people that don't celebrate it. Like whose favor does that work in? Because we're still going to celebrate it, but I feel like the only punishment that will be to is the people that don't celebrate it, who had that day off of work. And my thing is trying to make other people miserable and laughing at their misery while at the same time making yourself miserable is insane.
That doesn't
Like
Damn,
these
mean
I
that
never
farmers who
thought
knowledge-
voted
I'd
for
agree
Trump
with that.
Cutting off
and their
your
farms
nose
are
to
going
spite your
broke.
face.
Go ahead, FBA. I
how
thought I'd
is
never agree
taking
with
away
y'all.
Juneteenth going to make you miserable? That doesn't make sense.
No,
Because
it's
it's a
gonna make
celebration.
you
because that's
miserable.
hey listen, y'all don't like to acknowledge the things that Trump is doing out of hate, like making a compound for immigrants and putting alligators around it. See, that's just out of hate, because this facility was necessary, but putting the alligators around it, that was just the hate. So when you start repealing civil rights bills and stuff, making it so people can discriminate on who can eat, and putting alligators around holding facilities for immigrants, and just doing and taking
So
Juneteenth back, all of that is hate.
FBA. So once again, and I assume you voted for Harris. I assume you're a Democrat. Could be wrong, but regardless, is there anything going well or thriving here in America?
Yo, FBA, you doing your thing, dog.
Well,
Hold on one second. I just want to hear
I'm
from
thriving, and
FBA. I just want to.
everybody that I know is thriving, because we unlike everybody else, we faced oppression in this country, and what oppression did to us was told us how to create a job. See,
And how to
most Black
survive.
Americans know how to create jobs. That's why we own businesses. Only 17% of Black Americans live below the poverty line, but people like to focus on that 17% and ignore the other 83%.
So you
83%
agree
of us
that
live above the
Well,
poverty
the
line.
other,
And
you
people
the
like to
agree that
focus on the
there's no
17% of the 14% of the population. Like, that's the problem. We
yeah,
make
but
up
don't you guys have
14%
like
of the
50%?
population, and only
Don't you guys
17%
have
of us are poor. How could we
don't
be
you
the
guys have
problem
like
of the
30,
country?
40% in jail? So like I
That's
don't know.
false. That's false. I've been to jail before, unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm
and
not
I'm here
saying
to tell you that it's not
you're
40%
missing
Black
the point.
Americans. I'm sorry.
You're missing the point. Yeah, 17% is under the poverty line, but then the majority of
You
them are
sound
as
like
well in
Charlie
jail.
Kirk giving
So
away
then
You
you
these
had
sound like
deduct
Charlie
bullshit ass
Kirk, dog.
statistics.
Get
no
Charlie Kirk's
stop.
mouth
Okay,
out your words
so
Yeah,
out.
address.
bullshit ass, false ass
Just hold on
statistics.
one second. FBA, address the stat that we talk about often in here, that unfortunately Black Americans are committing over half the murders in our country. Go
Bullshit
ahead.
ass statistics.
They're being charged with it, but once again, are they being convicted? And how many of those
Yes.
convictions are ending up
Yes.
being turnovers? Because we make up like 99% of the false convictions. When the Innocent
That's
Project
incorrect.
came
That's
into
incorrect.
that's incorrect.
when the Innocence Project started, all of these guys are coming back 40 years, been in jail for grape charges and everything else that they did not do.
What's the
There was
most
just
recent?
a
What's the
guy out
exoneration
of
rate for the
Cali
recent for the last
who got
decade?
released from prison from
There's
doing
DNA
38
testing. We
years
understand that.
Yeah,
of being
just
falsely
recently, right,
accused.
B
You feel
Love?
me? And he got $25 million for being falsely imprisoned for 38 years.
That was
Weapons,
Who?
just
highway
recently too.
robbery. They should have
Yep.
It's a
gave him at
lot of
least a
guys. Like
million a year.
the number of guys who got out of prison after 20, 30, 40 years, it's you can't count them on two hands. It's a whole list of them.
You
Didn't
can't
a
count them
young
on two
black
hands.
man
Okay,
just now
so
unalive
why is
himself for
it
being falsely accused
FBA?
of
Hold on, hold
Tyrion
unaliving
on. The
Lake,
somebody
guy
in the
that
I
ran.
was
crowd?
Hold
just
on, I'll
talking.
bring
I
you
was
back
just talking to
up.
Dave about
FBA,
that.
can
You
you
feel me
just
earlier?
can you guys
Between
answer this
Tyrion
for
Lake.
me? Why is it when I bring up the stat about murders, you guys, like, I don't know, your gut reaction or your instant reaction is to go towards the couple dozen exonerations instead of focusing on the few thousand murders done by Black people? Why is that?
You're not a murderer or an unaliver. Excuse me, Dave. You're not an unaliver until you get convicted.
Sentenced and
You,
convicted.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly, exactly.
Okay. Once again, there's
So,
still
so,
thousands
so,
in
so,
that category.
so,
So why
so
focus
being
on the couple
allegedly,
dozen exonerations?
so being allegedly accused of something is something totally different than being convicted and sentenced to something.
Okay.
I
Once
want
again,
to elaborate on that too after he finished.
let's just say hypothetically it's 2,000 convictions and there's 20 exonerations after the convictions or at any step of the way. Why instantly go towards the exonerations? I don't get that.
Hey,
Because
what about the people that can't prove that, the people that don't come out and get exonerated? Like, didn't we just see a young man get accused of unaliving someone in a car accident, and he unalived himself,
The
and
football
then
player.
they proved that he was nowhere near the car to even cause the accident. But
Kyron
the
Lacey,
police
that's his
officer
name.
told
Kyron
the
Lacey.
witnesses to lie. So hold up, brother, let me talk for a second. So the only thing I'm saying is the playing field isn't even. Everybody's against the black man. So when you see a black person get convicted, you don't really know if that conviction is even really real. Because
Okay,
we're the
Dave,
fall
do you
guys.
agree
Dave.
that there's a gun
Let's look at
violence
OJ.
problem
Let's look
in
at
the Black
OJ.
community?
Let's
Yes
look
or
at
no?
OJ Simpson.
There's
Case in point.
a gun violence problem in America, period.
Okay.
But Dave,
In
here
America,
go on the
period.
flip side though, Dave. On the flip side, there was a little white boy that unalived two girls just because she said something bad about Charlie Kirk, right? The unalived two girls. The police gave him tickets instead of letting him locking
Michi,
his
you
ass
brought
up.
this up the other day, and then
Oh
we
yeah, that
circled
is
back, and he
that's my
went
bad.
after further investigation. They went back and arrested him. Correct?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, come on, Michi. Like, what are we?
But I know,
This
What about
bullshit,
what
bro.
but the
about?
fact they
I'm gonna
would,
bring y'all
if they
back in the
wouldn't
day. What about
investigated, he wouldn't
Carolyn
have got off
Bryant?
on that. He would have
What
got off
about
on that
Carolyn
charge.
Bryant, who falsely accused Emmett Till of hollering at two white girls and got Emmett Till killed? They never brought Carolyn Bryant to justice after she admitted that she lied on Emmett Till.
They
They never
said
Okay,
she
brought her
too
to justice.
old.
She
so if
died of
They
somebody
said
didn't
she
died of
too
get
old to go to
PTSD.
jail, but then they put Bill Cosby in there.
You feel
wait,
me?
are you defending Bill Cosby?
They
No,
said
but he was a
that the woman
scapegoat.
who lied on Emmett Till
Bill
was too
Cosby
old
was
to
the
go to
scapegoat.
jail, and then
Yeah, he was a
they put
scapegoat.
Bill Cosby in
Was
there. They were
OJ
literally
a
the same
scapegoat as
age.
well? Is Diddy a scapegoat?
No, but during Bill Cosby shouldn't have been the only one that went down because he was in that hotel. He was in what's the name's mansion all the time. The Playboy Bunny.
How did Bill Cosby get out of jail? That's the question.
Wait, isn't that a good thing? You're saying he was.
How did he get out? Because they ain't
I
just
don't
let a
know.
black man out of jail for raping white women. So he must have proved his innocence somehow, some way.
No, I think he served his time, got good behavior, and got let out early.
No,
I could be wrong.
you
No.
don't get good behavior on those kind of charges, sir. Those are capital offenses. A great charge, you're doing your time. There's no good behavior on
Okay,
that.
He
so
got
are you
Bill
happy or
Cosby
sad
got
that Cosby is out
exonerated.
of jail?
I mean, I'm happy to see any man get exonerated from jail for a crime he didn't do.
Wait, okay. You know what? I'm not going to focus on that. I don't want to focus on Bill Cosby. I don't give a fuck about Bill Cosby. He's a horrendous person. But
It sounds like you don't care about nobody black.
no, I wouldn't say
On
that.
mamas.
But my question was going to be just very simply: do you agree that the black community has a gun problem? Yes or just yes or no?
No,
Hey, see, you want to put a yes or no on everything. That's how you control the narrative. America has a gun
It's
problem,
either
man.
yes, the black community has a gun problem, or no, it
Your
doesn't.
Honor,
That's
he
why
I
I
think
said.
has
Southern
his
states has a gun
So you want me
problem.
to
They
answer that?
got
Okay,
light gun
yes,
laws.
yes, the black
And just so
community
you
along
guys
with
know,
every other community.
Michi and FBA, my friend B Love up here is on record as saying that the Chicago gun violence could and may be white people wearing blackface committing
It
the
could be.
shooting. So
No,
he is
I ain't
on
say
record
that.
as
It
saying
Most of
could
the,
be.
most of those
living
weapons
legend,
coming
That's
from
living legend
in the
happening.
says
East
no.
Coast.
Bill
It's coming
Cosby
from
got
down
let out of
south.
jail
Down
because his
south laws
conviction
are
violated
too
a
light
previous deal with
on gun laws.
prosecutors,
Wait, both of
and
you
that
are
is all
talking. Do you
fact.
not hear each other?
Muffo, go ahead, bro.
Now, like what I was saying was, I'm giving a shout out to Living Legend. He said in the comments that no, Bill Cosby got let out of jail because his conviction violated a previous deal with prosecutors, and that's
Oh
all
yes,
fact.
yes. Good. Whoever said that, good job. I remember that now. That was like just out of nowhere, he was going to get released. Yeah.
And
Okay.
we know what I was saying about the pew pew laws, man. The gun laws is less stricter down south. That's where Atlanta, Chicago, New York, that's where most of those pew pews come from. So if those damn Republicans would do something about them weak ass gun laws, then we wouldn't have that major problem of pew pews in this nation.
In Texas and Arizona too.
Wait.
Neffs.
What are you
I would like
talking
to
about?
elaborate on that Chicago thing that you said. I mean, I wasn't going to talk over everybody,
Go
but
ahead, FBA.
I'm not going to blame the unalivings in Chicago that's due to gang violence on nobody else. But I do believe that every time they make a truce there, that someone does dress up in blackface and come and start it all over again because
Dave,
it
didn't I tell
benefits
you
the
about that,
government
bro?
for them to
Didn't I
be
tell you
doing
about
that.
that? You feel me?
That's
Some time
incredible.
back, I told
So
you about
both of
that shit.
Michi, do you think it's white people in blackface
For
shooting
sure,
people
Yeah,
and
in
Well,
they
Chicago?
yeah.
doing that, and
Or it
they
could be a
doing that.
black man working for the
We
white
can't all
man.
talk at the same time. Somebody got to be calm
Yes,
sometimes
hold
because
hold
we
on,
all.
FBA. Hold on, FBA. Michi, do you believe that it's white people in blackface shooting people
I
in
do.
Chicago?
I
You
do. And I
do.
also think it's some black people in Chicago that work for the white man that's doing the bidding too.
And then they also want to do these things to justify them boosting up the budget for law enforcement as well.
Can I
Listen,
give you a scenario?
I'm telling you right now, if you honestly believe that, I just want to be on record as saying you are dumb as fuck. That's
Hold on,
So
hold
it.
on.
why is that?
Can I
So why is
elaborate
that
I
a
real
just
quick?
don't
Hold
want
on.
Oh
to
my
so why is
God,
that a
Dave,
overreact.
y'all
Just
see
let
me?
me
You
know.
a
Okay,
hater, Dave.
all
You a
three of
hater.
you.
Dave,
So why is
No way
that a
around it.
result?
Sorry,
Why is that a
sorry about
result
it.
of these things happening, then, Dave? Can you explain that to
hey,
us?
can I get a word real quick, please?
Go ahead. I don't care who goes. Go ahead. It's
All right,
three
listen.
on one. Just take
When
go.
Malcolm X was unalive, they literally had members of the Nation of Islam that thought that they were unaliving Malcolm X, but the whole time it was the CIA unaliving Malcolm X, and they gave these guys blanks. Now these are facts. You can go check these. You can go check these facts. The CIA unalived Malcolm X and made black men believe that they were doing it. And these
Thank
guys
you.
went,
Thank you.
and these guys went to
Okay,
jail for
They
it.
used the
I can't
black
speak
They
man to
on
went to
get
that.
rid of
prison
another
for
black
20
man.
plus years.
COINTELPRO.
Hold on. Just let me finish. Just let me land my plane, please. I ain't gonna never cut nobody off. But I just want to make a point, and it's hard when the point gets distorted because people come in talking too early. So 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 they made these guys believe that they were unaliving him, but they actually were unaliving him from the roof. And when they did the autopsy and everything, they proved that the CIA was responsible for this, but these guys had served over 20 years in federal prison for it. So we can't say that they're not putting on blackface and going and unaliving people in Chicago to keep these gang wars going. We can't put it past the government because one thing we know about the government is during the Children Crusade in Alabama, we seen the police that was supposed to have been protecting them, beating them over the head and sticking German shepherds on them.
Do you
I lay
think
my
FBA
plane.
and just rapid fire? Just is there just yes or no? Is there anything FBA that I can do as a white man in this country that you cannot?
Yes, yes,
Okay, go
because
ahead.
you have
Tell.
white
Give me
privilege.
an example.
Do you understand that you have white privilege?
Okay, no problem.
Because if
I'm
you
looking
don't
for a
understand that you have
specific
white privilege,
example. If I walk out my front door, you walk out your front door. What can I do that you cannot?
okay, so you have the benefit of being white in America, and I don't have that benefit. First of all, do you understand your benefit of being white in America? Because if you don't
Okay.
understand that, then nothing that I say will ever make sense. But the benefit of being white in
Okay, so
America is,
nothing. You're full of shit. You're just rambling.
see, I can't give it to
You're
you.
rambling.
You
Point
you want
blank.
me to get no, you want me to give it to you the way you want me to give it to you.
No, I'm asking very directly. What is something that I can do that you cannot? And
Everything,
I'm still waiting.
Dave, you trying to be slick, bro, with the
everything.
type of questions you asking, bro. But we see right through that bullshit, though, bro.
How
Okay.
about how about
How about
working at a
this? How
place
about just
and
give
somebody
me
wondering if you
something?
qualified? How
Just give
about
me
that?
something a
You can
white
walk. You
man
can
can
literally walk
do
out
that
of
a
your
black man
door, and
cannot. That's
you
simple.
can literally. Okay, a white man could literally walk out of his door and go join a white nationalist group and hate black people. You can
Okay.
literally go join the KKK. You can literally be a MAGA supporter and be embraced by all the people that support MAGA. There's a
But
lot of
there's
things
black
that you can
people
do as
that
a white
voted
man
for
that I can't
Donald.
do as a
There's
black man.
black people that supported Donald Trump. You see how that comes off as very, very dumb?
They're cosplaying, brother. They're
They're
cosplaying.
cosplaying. Okay, interesting.
They working
Elaborate
for
on
the
that.
blackface.
Go ahead, FBA. Elaborate on the black people that voted for Donald Trump. What are they? Elaborate on cosplaying.
Well, you have people that sell out, and it's been that way since the beginning of time. That's how the end of the Black Panthers came about. They had people within the organization who sold out. They allowed these people to be big smug dealers and deal in arms and keep their riches in order to destroy the unity amongst the Black Panthers. And
To
you have modern
me,
day, and you have modern day, uh, uh, should I say, uh, you have modern day
come on.
sellouts.
Short answers.
Benedict Arnolds. We have Benedict Arnolds within our race.
To me, I'm proud of the black people that voted for Donald Trump, got off the motherfucking plantation of the Democratic Party, and realized that Republican policies are better for this country.
Hey, hold up, Dave.
Okay.
Hold up, Dave.
Wow.
You say that. You say that, Dave, right? But off the plantation, it seems like the plantation is on the Republican side because y'all are the ones who contributed. Who follow a lot of the Triple K's ideology. So it seems like y'all wanted to keep the
Listen, I'm
plantation
not
going
going
on
back
over
and who
there.
started the KKK. I'm not going to do that.
Well,
The
I'm
I know.
just
real
I'm just
truth,
telling.
saying, y'all
the real truth
ideologies
is that
sync up.
there's plantation on both sides.
fuck the Democratic side and the Republican side equally. They're both not for foundational Black Americans.
Hey,
You have
Dave.
Well,
but
to be fair,
Dave,
nobody
you just
knows what
made
a foundational
contradiction.
Black American is. Let's be
Hey,
honest.
you
Dave.
don't. You
Dave,
don't.
I
you
don't
just made a
either.
Yeah,
contradiction.
Okay,
you don't.
I'm so sorry. Tell me the last
me and
politician.
FBA Detroit do.
Hold on. Tell me the last fucking politician on the national stage or local stage, I'll give you that, talked about FBAs.
John Lewis.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, he
Okay,
passed
see?
away 5 years ago.
Oh, fuck.
Bro,
Okay,
It wasn't
so
five-
then what
it was
did John
Lewis,
Lewis say
bro.
about
It was 5 years
FBAs?
ago.
I love that
don't
man,
fuck with
but he
John
passed
Lewis,
away
bro.
though.
It wasn't 5 years ago.
How long was
Wait,
it?
John Lewis, is that
I
the
don't
guy
know.
from Baltimore?
That was the guy who
No.
got spit on in the face during the civil rights movement.
Yeah, he walked across the
Hey,
bridge.
Martin Luther
FBA
King's
don't
homeboy.
fuck
Bridge.
with John Lewis.
Okay, but
We
okay,
don't fuck
so
with John
okay,
Lewis.
John Lewis 5 years ago. Name another. I'm not going to fact check it. Let's just go with it. Name another politician on the national stage talked about FBAs.
And what is the relevance of this question?
Because nobody knows what the fuck it is, and nobody gives a fuck what it is.
Hey,
Nobody
That's
hey,
reality.
listen.
Nobody meaning
An
you?
FBA is what was formerly known as African Americans. But the reason why we came up with the term FBA is because Africans started moving here and saying they were African Americans and they can't have our history. See, we can share the same air, we can share the same water, but we do not share the same history. We are foundational Black Americans, and our lineage goes back to the beginning of this country and before the country. You guys just moved over here willingly. You haven't paid no dues. You haven't had a civil rights movement. You haven't had to fight for everything that we had to fight for. We had to fight for the right to sit in the front of the goddamn bus. We had to fight for the right to fight in the army, fight for the right to play baseball, basketball, football, boxing. We fought for everything, and everybody else got it for free. So we are not sharing our identity with nobody.
My impression is the African
Now, see, I'll give him
American.
that now. I'll give him that, Dave.
Hold on one second, Michi. My impression is the immigrants that come to this country, they do better than the FBAs that play victim because they realize they're in the greatest country on this planet and nobody's going to hold them back. I think there's a lot of FBAs that have this mindset that they're getting held down by the white man, and they're not.
Our free
Okay,
labor built up this country
hey,
to
Dave.
be attractive for everybody on the planet to want to come to this country for a better life. So what are we talking about here?
But why is it that the immigrants are
You're
outpacing a lot of
glossing
the
over what I said.
FBAs?
You're not addressing what I just said.
I got
Dave.
the perfect answer.
To be
for
fair,
him.
I didn't hear you.
Let me answer you, Dave.
Wait,
Dave.
hold on. Let me hear B-Love. Let me address him directly. Go ahead, B-Love.
I said the reason why everyone on every corner of the planet and everywhere in between wanted to come to this country is because of the free labor.
How am I supposed to
from
address that?
foundational Black
How am I
Americans
supposed to address your
who made it
bullshit?
attractive for everybody.
How am
that
I,
come
B-Love,
over
answer
here.
me. How am I supposed to address something that is not, I can't debunk it, right?
You can't
Like,
debunk it.
you
That's
just sit up
history.
here and spew your bullshit, bro.
No, it's real history.
Of
History
course.
backs
Of course.
up what I'm saying.
Okay,
Real
where
history.
can I
Hey,
verify
Dave.
what you're saying?
Dave, I could give you the perfect reason why. Can I give them the perfect
Okay,
reason
and
why
once
they
again,
come
the
here?
question is very simple. Why is it that immigrants come here and thrive and the foundational Black Americans are still sucking at life playing victim?
Hey, Dave, I'm gonna give you some statistics real quick, right? In America, there's 1.5 million Black millionaires here. All over the world, you combine all the Black millionaires together, you only come up with 150,000. So there's 10 times more Black millionaires right here in the United States than there
And
is
how many are
anywhere
in
else.
jail?
Hey, I'm talking about Black millionaires. I'm not talking about inmates. I'm talking about as far as them exceeding us in wealth and exceeding us as in careers and business owners. That's false. So first of all, the reason why they come here and they do good is because they've never faced the oppression that the Black American has faced. They came here when it was all sweet. So of course,
So
them
you're
coming
saying
from a
there's
third-
1.5
Go ahead.
million foundational Black Americans when I know literally 4 of them ever in my whole life, and you're saying there's 1.5 million millionaires?
Exactly.
Come on, bro.
Man, get on your Google, man. It's free. Get on your Google.
I just, and this is what I'm talking about. The one thing that is very consistent among FBAs, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, I'm just speaking in general. You guys come up and bullshit so fucking
That's
much.
not bullshit,
It's
brother.
crazy.
That's not
You
bullshit.
don't
This
want
is
to do the
facts.
research,
Every
Dave. Just say
every
that.
black man,
Okay,
every black
so
man
Say
that
you don't
played
want
in
to
the
do the
NFL,
research,
every
Dave.
black man that played in the NBA, every black man that sold a platinum record, every black man that invented something, every black man. Do you know how many generations of black millionaires have been created right here in the United States?
okay,
There's
fair enough. That's because
1.5
we're a great country. I
million
agree
black
with that. I agree
millionaires.
with that. But when you say 1.5 million
There
millionaires,
is. There
you're
is.
talking
Get on your
about black. You're talking about black people, not just
black Americans.
foundational.
No, I'm
No,
talking about black Americans. I'm talking about foundational black Americans and just black Americans
okay.
in
So
general.
let's entertain it. Where can I find that there's, first of all, and keep in mind, nobody could ever define what the fuck a foundational black American is.
I just
But you
gave it
want
to
to
you,
tell me
brother.
somebody is tracking the number of millionaires. So good. Where can I find it?
This is
You
based
just
on a
get on your
lineage.
Google like
Okay, I'm
that's a
on
plain
Google. Tell
question.
me
How
what
many
the
black
Google.
millionaires are in the United States?
No. There's a difference. There's a difference between millionaires that are black and foundational black Americans. Correct?
Only thing I'm telling you is when you Google how many black millionaires are in the United States, they'll
Yeah,
tell you it's 1.5.
92% of them were
Dave, you
from
ain't gonna let me
outside
finish
this
my
country.
sentence. But no, right here in America, and the majority of them are African American / FBA. The majority
You're,
of black millionaires in this country is us, not them.
you're
It's
lying.
only
There's
4 million
nowhere.
African.
Okay, where did you
It's
read that stat? I have Google open. Tell me how to find this fucking stat. Go ahead.
Google how many African American millionaires are in the United States.
But that's not
Simple.
answering the
I thought you
question.
just said African American is y'all just got rid of that term. Ain't no more African
Brother,
American.
on paper, we're still African Americans. FBA is what we created and what we're trying to switch to. But on paper, we're still African American. When we go fill out a census form, there's not a box that says FBA. When we fill
I
out an
make a box.
application, there's not a box that says
I make a box
FBA.
though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I make a box and I check that motherfucker.
Well, but
And
what
I
You
I'm
put
make
saying
your
is
foundation
when
of
they
black
box
count you
Americans.
in the census, they're counting you as an African American. That's the only thing that's going to be on that box that
He
describes
said, "I
me.
make my own box." Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I
That's
don't
what I'm saying
subscribe to
is
none of that
this
bullshit
mindset
they
that
try
you
to put
guys are
me in.
displaying here, especially FBA Detroit and B Love, it's very typical for this cosplay of a foundational Black American. I don't
What
get
do you
why you
mean?
guys do it. I don't know if it's like I could say if I just met you guys, I would say, look, you guys are acting like it's Halloween a few weeks early.
This
But
ain't no
here we
act,
are.
bro.
I'm doing B Love for
This ain't
over a
no
year,
act,
and
bro.
every time he's doing
I
the same
literally
shit.
just
This
It's
ain't
gave
no
you the
act
reason
though.
why
Halloween
we
year round up
created the
there.
term.
Wait, say that again?
I just gave you. I literally gave you the reason, a legitimate reason for why we created the term FBA, which was a legitimate and logical reason. So why would you refute that?
We needed to delineate.
Millionaires in this country that
Michi, do me a
qualify
favor,
as being.
Michi, mute and unmute because you were talking. Good. Now you're good. Good. Unmute and make your point.
All right, now what I was saying, there's a lot of people that claim black. That's millionaires. Okay, you might have some Africans out here that's millionaires. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people that claim black. That's not black. That's millionaires. So we can't really get them numbers right.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. There's 50 million of us here, 50 plus million of us here, African Americans, born African Americans, not African immigrants. There's what, 4 million African immigrants here? So the majority of millionaires is going to be us.
But where do you get those numbers? That's what I'm talking about. You guys just pull numbers out of your
Hey,
ass.
look, man, listen, you're not the only one who
You
studies
just make shit
statistics.
up.
You're
Hey,
not
fact check
you're
it,
not the
Dave.
only one who studies statistics. Believe it or not, Black Americans, African Americans, only have a 5.7% dropout in the United States, and that's between the ages of 16 and 24. So that's high school and college. We have a 5% dropout. We have a 5% dropout rate. We're one of the most educated races of people here.
Hey, you're not gonna fact check that though, Dave. You're not gonna do your homework.
Believe
You
me,
just gonna
if I
you just gonna make
could,
baseless claims.
let's just recap. Let's just recap. I said to FBA that the immigrants that come to this country succeed more or at a quicker pace because I feel that they don't play victim, and they are grateful for being in the greatest country on this planet. FBA's response is to search the amount of millionaires that doesn't
Black
break me
millionaire.
down by immigrants versus non-immigrants, and we just keep throwing numbers out there. No clue, no fucking
So
clue.
you,
Guys are
so
wrong.
you're talking
FBA,
about
FBA,
50,000
let me say this to you
people.
right quick though, brother. Let me say this to you right quick though. Right? You forgot to mention that the way things are designed for immigrants that come into this country is for the government to use these immigrants as a buffer class. You feel me? Between
But
you
you
know
guys built this country, so why did you build
nah
it
nah
to
but
fuck
look
your
though, but
own
look though, but
people?
look though, but look though, but look
Because
though.
we had 50
Tariq
plus years
Tariq
of Jim
Nasheed
Crow when y'all wouldn't let us have shit.
Tariq Nasheed talks about this. You feel me? That they designed it to where, you feel me, the immigrants are used as a buffer class, between us and the dominant society, you feel me, to be racist towards us, for the white people to be like, oh yeah, well look at the immigrants. They came here to this country and they got richer and did this, that, and the third.
Okay,
You feel me?
okay.
So
Here,
to make
I
us
just
think
want a
that we're
number for an
lazy and we
answer.
don't and we're not hard workers and
Say,
we're not
say, Dave,
educated. You feel me? Tariq Nasheed talks about this all the time.
I don't give a fuck about Tariq
me
Nasheed.
neither.
Yeah,
But
I
Dave,
know, I know, but he's the one that him along with Dr. Claude Anderson coined the term foundational Black Americans.
and Dave, you act like we're the only race of people that these immigrants come up faster than. They come up faster than white people too.
And that's fair. If you wanna say that, that's fine. I'm
So
just
you
telling
ain't
you.
so like I said, we only make up 14% of the country, and people always focus on us and make us the talking point. But these immigrants literally do better than white people when they come here. Also,
Hey, but to tip the
nobody's
silence
doing
though,
better than
white
the
people is
Asians.
immigrants too. Huh?
Okay,
Nobody's doing better
Yeah.
than the Asians.
Huh?
my next question. Just give me a number for an answer. How many more years can you guys continue to play this victim card or use it until it expires? Just give me
Well, we're
a
not playing
number of
victim.
years.
We're not playing victim,
You
but
can't play the victim when you are actually the
we're not
victim.
victims, but
You
until
can't
justice
play
is
the
served.
victim when you
Until we
When
actually
are
you
are.
revealed
actually,
and
oh,
justice is
hey
served.
Dave, you act like there's not literally videos of the United States government dropping a BOMB on neighborhoods in Philadelphia. You act like there isn't
Okay,
And
so
Tulsa,
videos.
how
Oklahoma.
many?
Go
Once
ahead.
again, how many more years can you guys use this card? Because to me,
Until
it expired a
until
long
justice
time
is
ago.
served.
Apparently,
Dave,
it's different for you guys.
Dave,
Until
guess
justice
what?
is
Guess
served.
what? You can't do what this nation has done to black people and just say, okay, you're free now, and we're all even, and the playing field is
But
even. You
breaking
can't do
news,
that.
you are
You
free.
can't stop people from reading and writing for 300 plus years, and then tell them, okay, you can read and write now. We're even. You can't tell people you can't have nothing for 50 plus years of Jim Crow laws where they can't have nothing, and you burn down everything that they build, and then say, okay, we're even now, and why won't you catch up with me?
So just
Boom.
let's just start with today.
Boom.
Today, oh wait, hold on one second, beloved. Today, somewhere in the city of Pittsburgh, there's going to be a white baby born and, of course, a black baby born. What does the white baby have any advantage over the black baby?
Yes, he does. He has the
Okay,
advantage
tell me
of
what.
being white in America. And the advantage of being white in America is that you've never had to face oppression and you never will. White
You got
people
$1
have
billion
never been
worth of
oppressed in
whiteness.
America and they never will.
You got $1 billion worth of whiteness.
What does that? What does that
A
mean? Put that on a
billion.
T-shirt.
You got
You've
$1
a
never
billion
been
billion
dollars.
dollars
oppressed
worth of
and you
whiteness.
never will. You've never been oppressed and you never will.
But you're not oppressed.
How do you figure that when you got a man sitting there with his knee in George Floyd's neck in broad daylight, standing there just because people are telling him to get up and he wants to prove a point that I don't have to?
Okay.
And then
I
as
mean,
soon
just crazy
as
thought.
Trump
Don't
gets
do
elected, they're
fentanyl
having
if
talks
you're
of letting
watching
this
at
guy
home.
free.
But when was the last time the white man was on your neck or held you down?
Hey, nah, you trying to make it, nah, them some
Yeah,
bullshit
see,
ass questions.
and
This
see,
is
and
gonna
see,
this
and
is gonna
see, this
continue
is
to
this is how
happen
you.
until justice is served. Period, point blank. Justice will be served. The universe leans toward the side of justice. Justice will be served one way or the other in this lifetime or the next. Justice will be
Okay, so
served.
can you give me the last time a white man held you down?
That's irrelevant
The
because
last,
justice
the
has not been
last time a
served.
white man held me down, Man, it's just crazy how you can just overlook everything that happened to this race of people. I'm gonna act like I'm not even black. I'm gonna act like I'm white for a second. How can we overlook what happened to this race of people in this country, and just overlook it and act as if what they're saying has no legitimacy to it, what they're saying has no merit to it,
But
and just
I
overlook all
think it
of
would
this
be
stuff?
more legitimate is if I asked that question and you said a white man held me down yesterday, a white man held me down 3 times last week. Last month it was 9 times, and for the whole year so far it's 114 times. But when you both stutter and have no answer, that's when I say it is strictly the victim card play. And you guys play it well, kudos. But once again, nobody's holding you back or down.
Dave, your line of questioning is not gonna get to the truth of the matter, and you're full of shit,
Okay,
bro.
so tell me what question I should ask to figure out when the last time you were held down by a fucking white dude.
Man, we're
That
held
line
down.
of
Hey,
questioning is
listen.
full of shit, bro.
Do
And
you
you know
know?
it.
All right, I'm gonna
Your
tell
line
you
of
when the
questioning
last
is
time.
full
I'm
of
gonna tell
shit.
you. I'm gonna
You
tell you
can't
how
skip.
the white
Okay,
man
hold
held me
on.
down
The
personally.
FBA is going to tell me the last time a white man
I'll
held
tell
you
you how the
down.
white
Go
man held me
ahead.
down personally. All right, this is what happened. So what happened was Ronald Reagan
Oh, fuck
during the
me.
Reagan
Okay,
administration.
Ronald Reagan, go ahead.
I was born in 1979, by the way. Ronald Reagan was the president while I was born. All right. Ronald Reagan, during his administration, started this thing called Operation Brocaine, where he funded a terrorist war against Nicaragua and allowed the CIA to flood the black community with brocaine, which they invented in a laboratory, and it spread it all around the country. And my mother ended up getting on it. So I was raised with a drug addict that the government of the United States purposely put the drugs in my neighborhood. So because of that, I was surrounded by drug dealers and drug addicts. And because of that, I fell into that lifestyle. And because of that, I went to prison for 12 years of my kid's life.
But there are
And
people
see
that
how
have
it
bounced
trickles
back
down?
from that, right? There are people that come from their mother or father, whomever did drugs, and maybe they did drugs, but they go to recovery, they get help, or whatever the case may be, and they beat it,
But
right?
see,
So at some point, you can't blame the white man for everything, and I feel that that's what you guys are doing.
how about 98% of the shit?
He does.
How about
He's
98%?
literally
If we can't do
responsible
100%,
for
how about
everything
98?
that go
Since you
on
said
with
we
black
can't blame him for
people.
everything, how about 98%?
And once again, if I asked the question and said, "What's something I could do as a white man that you guys cannot?" and the list was a page long,
I
I would
gave
get
you.
it. But
I
there's
gave you.
nothing.
You can
Dave,
go out and
Dave,
join the
Dave, Dave.
KKK
Hold on,
right
FBA. Hold on.
now.
Let me say this to Dave right quick. Dave, you cannot skip past justice being served. You cannot do that. I don't care what kind of line of questioning you have or what kind of false bullshit ass, noble ass cause that you want to try to say. You cannot skip past justice. And furthermore, to add on to what you said, FBA, about the war on drugs, at the same time that Reagan did all that stuff, what they did in the black communities, because the black community was thriving before the war on drugs happened. At the same time they put the drugs in the community, they economically deprived the foundational black community. You feel me? Where it was all kind of factories with auto companies. They moved them from the urban areas and took them to the suburbs. So at the
Overseas.
same time they put the drugs
Just
in the
very
community, they
bluntly, I
economically
think that
deprived
is
the
the
foundational
dumbest
black
answer
Americans
yet.
with all the
Because if
jobs that
somebody
we
goes
had and
out
moved them to the
and
suburbs.
murders somebody today, they are going through the court system. They are getting prosecuted. Their kids, their grandkids, they're not getting prosecuted. So once again, I don't understand what you're saying, Bilo.
Nah,
Once
you
again,
don't
you were
understand
never a
because you don't
slave.
want to
Nobody told
understand.
Hey, hey,
you
hey.
to
It's
get the
not that
fuck
it's
outside and pick
Dave,
cotton.
you
Dave,
don't want
Nobody
to
told
understand.
you to get
Dave,
that
Justice
back in the
being
hey,
bucket.
let me
served.
get him, big dog. Let me get him, big dog.
Okay, go ahead, go
Dave,
ahead.
Dave, don't you know that Thomas Jefferson, right? Thomas Jefferson,
Here we go.
the third president, right? He had a wife, and his wife father had babies with one of his slaves. So when Thomas Jefferson
And
took,
how did that affect you yesterday?
oh,
You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm giving you a scenario because of what you just said. That you said if a man go to jail, his kids and his grandkids ain't gonna do it. I'm giving you a scenario. Now Thomas Jefferson got his wife, and he inherited her half black sister, which was still in slavery. After his wife died and he was 44 years old, her half black sister was 14. He had 6 kids by her. All right, so here it is, generations and generations down. The kids of Thomas Jefferson's his great grandkids that just happen to be black, they are still fighting to get rights to the presidential estates up there in Virginia because the white side won't allow them. Do you see how the white side inherited all of these riches and land from their forefather, but the black side can't? So when you say if you do a crime, but your grandkids ain't gonna get, that's not how generational wealth works. We weren't allowed to own property or buy property and land for over 300 years when white Americans were. Nobody held y'all back. Y'all have never faced oppression and you never will.
Just all I hear is victim card, victim card, victim card. Point
Oh my
blank.
God.
That's because their
Okay,
ears
now,
are
and the
closed.
reason why I say that,
That's
if there
because
was no
their ears are
black
closed.
people in this country owning a house, I would get that, right? It would make sense. If it was only white people that were buying the houses, it would make sense. But when you sit there and you go back to Thomas Jefferson and this one fucked that one and this one, that one, once again, that has zero impact on your everyday life. And bottom line is, my message is very consistent. Wake the fuck up. Nobody is holding you back. And I'm not talking to just you two. I'm just talking in general. Wake up. Nobody's holding you back.
I mean, I have mine. I'm literally married, own a home, own a business. It's all on my profile. You can check me out. I make $250 an hour. So I know you're not
So
talking
why are
about me.
you up here playing victim at times?
I'm not playing victim, bro.
Oh,
I'm telling
you're
the truth. The
cosplaying.
truth is the
You're
truth.
cosplaying.
You like to run from the facts. White people like to play victims. You guys want to feel like you're victims of reparation for a corrupt
You think
government.
it's me?
It's not you personally paying the reparations. It's the government. It's the government that's on videotape with the police officers beating kids over the head and sicking German shepherds on them. It's the government that held black people down. It's the government that put the brat brocane in the black neighborhood. It's the government that passed bias laws for 50 plus years during the Jim Crow era. It's the government that allowed slavery to ever even happen. It's the government that oppresses black people. It's not you personally.
All right,
This
so
is gonna
bottom
come out of your
line, you
money.
guys are always going to play victim. Till the day you fucking pass, you're
No,
going to play victim,
until
and
justice
I
is
have to accept
served.
that, right?
Until justice
No,
is
you're
served,
playing
Dave.
victim. We
Until
are the
justice
victims,
is
but
served.
you're playing
You
victim.
How
you
am
are
I
not a
playing
man
Literally
victim?
of
playing like
justice
you're
and
the
love
victim.
if you don't agree with foundational black Americans being served justice and being repaired for the wrongdoings that this country has done against us as a group of
Do
people
you hear yourself
before the
talk?
inception of
That
this
I have two
country.
foundational black Americans up here that can't even tell me a consistent definition on what makes a foundational black American.
I
It's a
told
You
you.
lineage.
understand
It's
how
a
asinine that
lineage.
looks?
I
It's a
told you,
lineage.
man. I just told you
Once
I told
again,
you the
your
definition
answer
of a
is different than
foundation.
his answer.
It's a
No, it's
lineage
not.
base.
All
No,
right,
it's
I'm
not.
brother,
saying I'm
brother,
saying
are
this.
you
This is
a
what I'm saying. This
foundational
is what
black
I'm saying.
American brother?
Foundational black Americans is a lineage. You see what I'm saying? But furthermore, we've been in this country before this country's inception and tens of thousands of years before that. We are foundational black Americans. We are the indigenous Americans. We are the aboriginal
See,
Americans.
bro,
We
what you can do right there is you cannot connect that on to foundational black American because the definition of a foundational black American is the descendant of an American slave. All that we've been here 10,000 years ago and all of that, that's what, if you choose to believe that, but that's not part of being a foundational black American. So
why isn't it?
let's not confuse this,
Why
brother.
isn't it? Why isn't it? I know that a
Because
foundational
that
black
doesn't go
American
with
is a
the
lineage base.
definition of
There's
being a
museums.
foundational black
There's
American.
museums all over
Hey,
the
listen,
country.
Google is free for you too.
Of
You could literally Google what is a foundational black American.
I
What is
know,
the
but listen to what I'm
definition of
saying,
a
though, brother. Listen to what
foundational
I'm saying
black
right quick,
American?
right?
It does not mean.
There's museums all over the country. Well, no, I'm not going to speak on museums all over the country. I'm going to speak on this one specific museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where they have art of the native of the real Native Americans, and they look like me and you, bruh. They look
And
like me and you,
I could
bruh.
believe that. While that may be true, I'm just saying the definition of foundational black American is simply a descendant of an American slave. That's what
But
the
what that
definition is. Now, whatever else you want to attach on to your history of being in this country, that's a whole different story. The definition of a foundational black American is that the descendant of an American slave.
But what I'm saying is that art in that museum indicative of us being here. You feel me?
I understand that, but he's asking what is
all
a
of that,
foundational
before
black
all of this,
American.
B
bro.
Love
He's
has
not.
no clue.
He
No, I
listen.
do. I do.
I have a clue, and
I
you could
do.
go on
I
Google. You
have
could
more than
literally
just a
go
clue.
and Google what is a foundational black American. Like I say, Google is free. It's the
But B Love, don't you see how you guys lose credibility once again?
I'm not
Where
losing no
I've
credibility.
asked two
That's just in your
foundational
eyes and
black
your ears.
Americans,
I'm
what's
not
an
losing no
FBA,
credibility.
and you guys are way off.
Want us not to have
I don't know.
credibility,
I
Maybe
don't
start
listen.
up a
that's right up
Telegram
your
group
alley for
and
you.
get on the
You
same
know what I'm saying? Like
fucking
for us not to have
bullshit
no
talking
credibility,
points.
bro.
No,
That's right up your alley.
because
You want us
we
not to
both
have no
can agree that
credibility.
it is a
But it's
descendant of
credible
an
as fuck
enslaved American.
because
I'm gonna let him talk.
history and art backs up what we're claiming. It backs up. FBA, would you agree that foundational black Americans is a lineage?
What art?
That's
What
what it
art?
is.
Yeah,
But
What
the
art?
art that this art that you talking about is where you throwing the confusion in, brother. That's not part
I'm
of
confused as well.
you can say,
What's this
okay,
art
yeah,
you're
this art
talking
or
about,
whatever,
B
but
Love?
that's not the
because there's people that look
definition.
like me and you been here for, you feel me, 60, 80,
That's a
90,
whole different
100,000
argument
years.
that he
It look
putting
like
up right
if
there,
me and you
60,
Dave.
on this
70,
landmass,
80,
then why
90,000
would we
years.
be,
Oh my
then
God.
why would we still be foundational black Americans, bro? I don't
Brother,
get that.
that's an indigenous person
Yeah,
to
for
the
sure. For
Americas.
sure.
All
We
right,
are
there's a
indigenous and we are
difference.
the original Americans slash
Hey, brother,
foundational black Americans.
brother. I'm on your side, but just listen to me.
And I'm on your side too.
Being in a
Yeah, but
We
country,
on
you
the
guys
same
need to get
side,
a
brother.
consistent
being in a country
explanation.
for 80, 90,000 years, that makes you indigenous to the land. Being a foundational American is part of a country. We are lineage to this country. We are descendants of American slaves. That's what makes us foundational to America. Being
Okay.
indigenous and being a foundational black American is two different things.
Okay.
That's
Would you
where
say
you are confusing this brother. I know what you're talking about,
What
but he
art?
wants to.
What art are we talking about? B-Love,
FBA?
you say it's the art that
Would you
proves
say?
it. What art?
Would you say? Would you say we was FBAs before the inception of this country?
No, because the foundational black America is particularly it pertains to this country. So if you're
So
talking about anything before the inception of this country, you're talking about an indigenous.
okay, so the formulation of this country was in 1776, right?
Yes.
Okay, but Tariq Nasheed has a foundational black American flag, and it states the year 1526.
So what? I can make a flag and put
Be-
1293 on it. What the fuck does that mean?
Look, he could put the year that they first brought slaves here. But if you were here, if proving that there was some black people here in the 1500s, that's not 60,000 years ago.
That's not. But what I'm saying, my whole point is that we were foundational black Americans before 1776,
Oh,
before
fuck
the
yeah.
inception of this country.
You
see what I'm
see,
saying?
B-Love,
And what I'm
I'm
saying
just telling you,
is, and what
man.
I'm saying
Just
is,
if you're watching
you
this, you
need to
look
let
like a
that part
fool.
go, man. That's a whole nother conversation, B-Love. You confusing
You said
man.
because a man has numbers on a flag, he's right.
see, you full of shit, Dave.
Right, I'm so
You
sorry.
full of
That's
shit,
what
bro.
you said.
You full of shit, bro.
Look,
You full
man,
of shit.
look, Dave. The thing that you could do is you could get on your Google right now and just simply Google what is the definition of a foundational black American.
Yeah, but maybe you
And
guys
see
should
who-
do that. You guys should do that because
I've done it
whatever your
already.
definition is,
I've
yours
done it
is different
already.
than B-Love's.
But B-Love definition is the same as mine, but he's throwing in extra studies.
He's
with
saying
it,
90,000 years ago.
Which he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to throw that part in because
So
that's just going to confuse you because he's read knowledge
He's
that
full
you
of
have
shit.
not read, knowledge that you have no knowledge of. So of
Full of
course,
shit.
look,
I will-
anytime you ask questions, it means that you're trying to gain clarity on something that you have no knowledge of, unless you're asking questions to get a reaction, and those will be rhetorical
No,
questions.
no,
You're
I
not
think it's
asking rhetorical
completely
questions.
asinine that people come up here and say that they're a foundational black American. Then when I ask them to define it, definition is murky. Then when I ask for proof, such as a DNA test, nobody has that. It's a joke. I don't know what to tell you.
Foundational black American is the descendant of an enslaved American. All right, our blood has Native American blood, African blood, European blood. We've been mixed in over here for 500 years. Our blood is going to come back a little bit of everything, along with almost every other American that got color in them. Just like a Puerto Rican, just like a Mexican, just like almost every American over here. Nobody is 100% pure in America. Even if you're German, you probably got some Jew in you. You probably got some Yankee in you. You probably got some Irish in you. You probably got some Scottish in you. Just because you're white doesn't mean you're not a pure white.
All right, just hold on. I have 3 new people up here. I'm going to see where they're from and what brings them up, and then I'll open it back up. Let's start with Landon. Landon, where are you from? What brings you up, Landon?
I'm from South Georgia. I just got a FBA Detroit and B Love. Y'all sound retarded. I can't lie. Y'all don't even make sense. The dude said, "Bring how is like white privilege affecting you every day or something like that?" And then you brought up Thomas Jefferson. Like, dude, that was way ago, bro. We moved on. You trying to play that victim card, and that's all I gotta say.
What do you mean we moved on? You never went through it. If you white and you're an American,
You
you
never
never been
there.
oppressed. You never went through it.
You were never there. You never went through it.
My
You never went through
lineage
it.
went through it.
It doesn't
Look, let me
affect
ask
you
you a
though.
question.
It doesn't affect you at all.
Do you ask a Jewish person, hey, did you personally go through the Holocaust? Do you ask an Indian person, hey, did you actually walk the trail?
Because it was
of
200. Because it was 200 years ago. No one's talking about it no more because it doesn't matter. It
You
doesn't.
People
can't
are
skip
still talking
past
about the
justice.
Holocaust.
When
Though.
y'all
That's a
You
wild
cannot
statement to
skip
make.
past justice. I don't care
when
who
y'all
you are.
giving the
You
Native
cannot
Americans
skip
their
past
check every
justice
month,
being served.
It
when y'all
doesn't.
giving when y'all giving the Native Americans their checks to fund their casinos and their reservations every year, are you asking them, hey,
It
did you
doesn't
personally
affect
hold
you
up, brother,
at
hold up.
all.
Do you ask them, did they personally walk the Trail of Tears?
Oh my god.
Do
All
you
You
right,
ask them
cannot
that?
skip
can
past
I
See,
go
justice.
up? Hold on one
black
second.
people are the only ones that are asked to forget their past. Forget your history. Forget your history, man. It doesn't matter. Just forget your history. Everybody else can remember their history, but black people, oh, y'all forget y'all history. Never mind y'all
All
history
right, hold
ain't
on,
shit.
FBA. Hold on one second. Zoe, where are you from, Zoe?
I'm from Houston.
Are you a foundational Black American?
I can't say that I am. I don't have a DNA test. But
Okay.
I came up here to, I guess, like, requested when you had pulled up the stat about Black Americans and gun violence.
Okay.
But I don't understand why we always talk about that stat when we don't talk about white people and being pedophiles.
Well,
Ooh,
the ironic thing
ooh.
is when we talk.
Or
Hold on,
manslaughter either.
beloved, please, beloved, don't need your commentary. Whenever we look at the FBI charts for all the crimes, right? There's not one crime where Black people are below 13%, and that's where they should be, right? That's the population. So
But
even
that's not my
with
point,
that, you
though.
could say, hold on one second, please. You
Okay.
could say that white people do it more, but per capita, technically, it's the Black Americans that do it more. So good, you could respond. And to be fair, it's every fucking crime you guys commit more. But go ahead.
It's not true because
Well, I'm
guess
so
what?
sorry.
I've been to prison and I stayed in there for 12 years, and there were like 0 pedophiles that were black.
Oh, okay. You went cell to cell. Hey, what you
No,
in
I
here
went from prison
for?
to prison. See, when you go to federal prison, they ship you all around the United States. And the people who are in there for those kind of crimes, oh yeah, believe everybody knows who they are.
I got you. So the FBI stats inaccurate, lying, whiteface. What is it?
It wouldn't be the first time.
Okay,
Okay.
It
well,
wouldn't be the first
my
time the FBI lied. You know the FBI was
Okay.
what they was created for. You know why they unalive Fred Hampton.
All right. Let me talk to
Ooh.
Zoe. Let me go
Rest in
ahead,
peace to
Zoe.
the
Address what
chairman.
I said, please.
okay, I understand your per capita comment, but the question I'm asking is, why do white people commit majority of pedophile crimes?
I don't know. I can't speak for them. I have no clue.
You're
So why do
white.
you think that we can speak for murderers when I don't murder people myself?
No, I understand. My point is I feel the reason why the crime rate for Black people is very high compared to per capita white people is there's a lot of people that come up here and they are not in touch with facts. There are people that coming up here saying that they had family members here 90,000 years ago. We have people acting as if the white man is still holding them down today. Um, and that's leading to more crimes.
They even got DEI, bro. That's black
I
people
mean, you
I
cannot.
privilege.
mean,
You
literally,
can.
the
This is what I'm
hey,
gonna say. This is
listen.
what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave with this. You feel me?
Oh,
You
you
can't
gonna drop
skip
the mic,
past.
you though.
You can't skip past justice.
Okay.
You said
Okay.
that
Very,
every
very
You know
good,
city,
what? You know what I
literally
found funny?
there was a
The
college
fact that you
student.
had to say, to be fair, let's use per capita.
Exactly. Like
I didn't say
we
to
gonna
be.
compare
I didn't say
14%
to
to
be fair.
66% in this
So
country.
hold on. You
Ooh,
could
yeah,
hold on
those
one
numbers
second. I
are
don't want to
high.
hear from anybody but this person up top. You could do your awkward laugh, right? You could do that all you want, but it doesn't change the facts,
You
right? So
just
if you want to
said,
continue
to be
to do the
fair.
awkward laugh, okay,
Is that
there
a
you go.
cope? I'm saying,
Okay,
is that
so
a
very
cope?
good. So do you have anything productive to say before I move on to somebody else?
Yeah, I got a question. Why is it that the biggest failure in your mind is a Black American
Well,
in
to be
America?
fair, I listed two other groups of people ahead of them. And I had a photo up for multiple weeks. And what I did is I listed a couple things on why I thought each group was a failure. So we have Muslims, Democrats, and Black Americans. Is there another group of people you would put up there?
Yeah.
Okay. And which group?
Yeah, I'd go with the European Americans.
Okay. And give me 3 bullet points on why they would supersede one of these 3 groups. Go ahead.
Easily. The history.
The history. Very intelligent.
Globally.
Good. What else?
Well, I mean, we can go into I don't want to say the words on your live. I don't want
Okay,
to
how
get you
about we do
banned.
this? Give me something.
More.
Hold on one second. Give me something this century, and before you respond, I'm going to explain. Muslims are responsible for like 100,000 terrorist attacks, right? The Democratic Party here in America is a dying breed, right? They are a bunch of losers from top
Right.
to bottom, all right? And
It's
Black
literally just
Americans.
now.
Wait,
9
hold on
months
one
ago, it's
second,
literally
FBA.
a
Let me
Democrat
finish,
Let him
brother.
finish, brother. Let him
Hold
finish,
on
brother,
one
because
second.
I'm
We're not
going to
going to
give him
start.
the
We're
answer
not
he
going to
don't know.
start burning shit down in here. Relax.
My
And
bad, my bad.
when we talk about Black Americans, every single FBI chart you look at, Black Americans are performing a higher rate than what they should be. Right? Every category should be 13%. Not one of them are lower than 13%. So give me something from this century where you feel that that group of people should supersede one of these. Take one of them off. So go ahead.
Our 2 last presidents.
Okay.
Neither one of them was my race.
Very intelligent.
Your
You're
two
doing
your
great.
2 last representatives
Are y'all trolling?
have done more harm to this country than good.
Landon said, "Are you
Both
trolling?"
Like,
He said,
Biden
"Your
and
answers are so
Trump.
fucking dumb." Are you trolling?
Personally, let's just look at the
Maybe stick to
history,
that
right?
awkward dumb laugh you were doing because this
No,
isn't
no, no,
making
no,
sense.
no. Because no,
So
it makes a lot of sense.
hold on. Let me help you out. Once again, I want a group of people that should take the spot of one of
Okay,
these three.
let's do the Trump supporters when they ransacked the Capitol. Okay,
Okay.
that was just barbaric
Okay.
in my
So
eyes,
we
and
have
it seemed
we
like
have
you guys wanted to
January.
overtake the government at that time, but you weren't successful. Why was that?
I got you. So we have January 6th, and let's talk about BLM, right?
Oh no,
BLM, we had
wait.
$2 billion worth of damage. We had over 20 people killed that summer because of those rallies, protests, riots, whatever you want to call them. We had a lot of looting, right? And you didn't see a lot of white people with a MAGA hat carrying out a big screen TV. So how is January 6th worse than the BLM riot?
Oh my God! Is
You
that a
went
real
against our
question?
democracy.
Is that
What
a
built
real
this
question?
country? You went against everybody's majority vote, and you decided that you were going to try to overturn it by ransacking the Capitol. That was just barbaric, and
Gotcha. So because it was
showed the amount of respect you actually have for this country that you just love so much.
Hey,
I got you.
Dave.
So
Dave, can I
once
chime
again,
in?
because hold on one second, please. Because it was done at the Capitol, that's why you're saying that it was worse.
No, I'm saying that it was worse because you went against democracy that day.
And where so lighting a building on fire and looting, does that stand for democracy for you?
You threaten the
I
lives of
think
elected
protesting your
officials.
government 100%.
You threaten the lives of elected officials,
Y'all,
sir.
you missing a
That's
whole
way
bunch.
Wait,
worse.
hold on one sec. Wait, I'm so sorry. Why is anybody talking? I just want to talk to this guy up top. Okay, so go ahead. What were you saying now?
You had elected officials afraid for their lives that day.
Okay,
People,
okay,
people who were selected to have that job. You
okay,
made them go into hiding at their place of work.
okay.
That was very, very
But did
barbaric.
more people die because of the BLM riots or on January 6th?
Wait, repeat that?
Did more people die on January 6th or because of the BLM riots?
Well, let's be honest. You can't really compare an event that
Well, you can't.
lasted
You can't
months.
compare it because one
It was
person
an
died on
event that
January
lasted
6th
months to an
and
event that
over
lasted
20
a
people
day.
died because of January or because of the BLM riots. So how can you say you really can't compare when you
Because
easily
of the time, the amount of time spent on each
Okay.
event.
Okay.
Your event lasted a day.
Okay.
BLM protest lasted for at least a month.
I got you. So
So
that would
you
actually
can compare
prove my
the amount
point
of
that
damage that was done in a single day compared to multiple days. All
okay.
I'm
And what
saying
what
is
damage are you most upset about from January 6th?
that you guys decided that you were going to go against the majority vote because you felt like you were cheated. You
No,
looked like a
you said
bunch of
that you
spoiled
were talking
babies
about the
out there
damage. What
because
damage?
America didn't work for you finally. America finally didn't work for you, and you guys were ready to try to overthrow the government.
When
You guys were the biggest
Is
sore
America
losers that
working for
day
you?
that ever existed. You embarrassed this country that day. You should be on that list, not black Americans. Because if anything, you were
But
going to
once
destroy
again,
this country that
wait,
day,
hold on one second.
weren't
Hold on
you?
one second. Who's destroying the? Wait, hold on one second. Give me some facts where white America is destroying this country. Go ahead. Give me 3 bullet points on how white America is destroying the country. Good. Number 1.
I just gave you one. You guys clearly do not respect democracy.
Okay, great job. Number 2.
You all move like a coat behind a man that cares 2 shits about you.
Okay, very good. Very intelligent answer so far. Number 3.
Number 3, you guys commit the most crimes in America, and you try to use per capita to make you feel better,
I
as
feel
if
that
it's a
awkward
coat.
laugh coming back.
It's
Wait,
a
can
coat.
I come
Hold
back?
on, hold on one
Capita
second.
is a
Hold on one
coat.
second. I'll bring you
That's
back up. I'll
all
bring
it
you back
is.
up.
You
I'll bring you
guys
back
are the
up.
majority of the smurderers. You guys are the majority of the smapists.
Well, no,
You guys are
technically,
the
no,
majority
no.
of the
Hold on one
child
second. Hold on one second.
molesters.
Be factual.
You're the
Be
majority
factual.
of mass
Wait,
shooters.
why are you
You're the
talking when
majority
I'm
of
talking?
assassins.
Why are you talking when I'm talking?
Go ahead and talk, sir.
Okay, so if it's a mass shooting, a school shooting, a church shooting, a synagogue shooting, most likely it probably is a white person. But even with all that factored in, it's still black people murdering Americans more. Why is that?
Do you have the stats on that, sir? Could
I
you
do.
pull
Do
that
you have a
up?
second
Because I could have
device?
sworn what I saw was you
No
committed
problem. Do you have a
crimes.
second device you could bring it up?
I'm just saying,
Do you
you wanted
have
to
a
use per
second
capita to be
device? Per
fair.
capita has nothing to do with the percentage.
Most would be you, sir.
You
Don't
have a
confuse
second
it.
device.
You use per capita. I use
No, no, no,
most.
no, no, no.
So
Once
most
again,
would
once
be
again,
you,
once
not
again.
us.
Okay, so do you have
Don't
a
forget that.
second?
Don't
Okay,
forget that
so
we're being fair.
hypothetically, in a year, there's 8,000 murders. We'll use nice round numbers. There's 4,100 done by black people. That would be more than 50%. Do you agree with that first?
No, because you haven't shown me a stat. You haven't shown me
I'm
any
so sorry.
source. Not a
Okay,
scholarly source, not a credible,
no
not even a
problem.
government
No
source. That would be
problem.
great to see.
What's 50% of 8,000?
You said what?
What's 50% of 8,000?
That would be 4,000.
Very good. So if the number is over 4,000, that would be the majority, right? We agree there?
If the number's over 4,000, it would be
Very good.
majority.
Okay.
Yes.
So whenever you look at the FBI table 43A, pull it up on your second device, and then you'll go to the first line, you'll see murder, manslaughter, and scroll over, and you'll see the percentage for black people was 51.2%. So that's that. And the numbers that I gave were roundabout, but majority of murders are done by black people.
I'm
Unfortunately,
gonna be honest with you. Those numbers are not accurate
Oh,
whatsoever.
very good. Okay,
You're
then
throwing
move
them
on.
out because you're losing your
It is what
argument
it
on your
is.
live stream.
Like, and that's the problem. And I
You
mean
can't
this
just throw
sincerely.
numbers out. If you're
Just
gonna
hold up.
if you're gonna use statistics, you have to actually have a source with those numbers. I'm not gonna take roundabouts, and I'm
I'm so
not gonna
sorry.
take a source that you have not even cited.
Did
I'm
you not
honestly
hear the
feeling like
source
you're
that I
trying
did
to
cite?
throw a Charlie Kirk tool at me.
Listen, dumbass. Did you hear the source that I gave you?
No, you said go to the FBI chart, go to line 53, and then you would look at you would see the crimes for murder and whatever else you said, and then you would see a particular number that said 51%. That's what you said, right?
So is the FBI a source? Yes or no?
Well, you haven't pulled it up. I mean, this is a source that you're spewing out. I hope you memorized it, but I mean, it's good that you memorized it, but it'd be nice to see.
All right, very good. Final word to you. I'm going to move on. Final word to you, sir.
Yeah, you should replace black with white American, sir. It
I
makes
got
more
you.
sense.
Right. You're the perfect example of why Black America is upset.
Yeah.
You
keep
are.
going on per capita, I'll go off most.
But I appreciate you, sir.
Yes,
Best
sir.
of luck, okay?
Always.
I don't know who I selected, to be honest. Wawa, what do you got, Wawa?
You know what? Here's my deal. You know what? If you want to sound intelligent, don't be so rude and call him a dumbass.
Okay.
No, seriously. I mean, you're smarter than that. You're more intelligent than that.
Do you go around the panels like giving 1-star reviews out or what?
No, I just thought you were being
Just
freaking
chain
rude when we were
smoking,
trying to talk to you,
talking
and you were
Newport
being
100?
absolutely freaking rude.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, don't be a freaking douche. I'm leaving this room.
Oh no, I'm devastated. You're leaving.
I'm reporting you.
Oh no.
Don't be a douche. Seriously, why are you being so mean?
Do you not
Get
know
your
how?
point across.
Do you not know how to leave?
Well, listen.
Let's figure it
Can you
out.
talk without being mean and disrespectful and get your point across? Like, I understand your point completely. I get it. I'm with you.
Uh-huh.
But there's no reason to downgrade and disrespect anybody else while you're getting your point across.
Do you think I give one flying fuck what you think?
No, I know you don't.
I don't. But yet, here you are. Do you know how to leave?
Why don't you call up other people to the panel?
Wait, so you want to stay here now?
Yeah. Yo, baby.
You just
dick.
said you were leaving.
Well, I was gonna because I kind of got a little nervous, but...
Why'd you get nervous?
Because I thought maybe you'd listen to me, but you don't want to.
I don't see. I have a problem when somebody tells me to do something, I got to do the opposite, and it's like a problem. Maybe I should go like see a doctor or something. But and just point blank, with all I guess due respect, I don't give a fuck what anybody on this app thinks. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You gotta have thick skin for it. I guess I just don't. I wear my heart on my shoulder, that's all.
Interesting. All right, so you got anything else? I am going to move on. I will drop you, but final word to you.
You can drop me.
All right, very good. Take care. All right. Another 1-star review. All right, so let's go with FBA. I'm going to bring up 2 people that were here and then 2 people that are new. I don't even know. All right, so FBA is back. Zoe, you're back. Diabolical, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Georgia. Well, I'm in Georgia. I'm not from here, but
Okay, tremendous. Did you come up to
Wait.
give a... Oh, okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to get this. I just wanted to ask this before I went to bed. Like I've been waiting. But I like the way you talk. Some people think you're rude, but you've always been nice to me when I come up here. But I wanted to bring back up the I brought up the pedophiles, and then you brought up the per capita. But I wanted to say that per capita didn't save Charlie Kirk in Utah. And so I feel like per capita, I don't like to go off per capita for that reason alone.
Okay, very very wise statement. I guess I don't know how to respond to that. Um, just and I already said this to you is I think that we have a problem in a lot of these Democrat-run cities, and it's for two reasons. One, it's Democrats running it. Okay, that's not good. And number two, we do have a lot of people in this country playing victim for shit that happened to their ancestors. You might not want to admit it, or you might not see it, but that is reality.
Okay,
And
so how do you, okay, sorry,
no, go
my
ahead.
bad. How do you feel about if somebody, like, say you're racing somebody and the person gets a 30-second lead ahead of you? Is it not harder to win the race?
Okay, so, but I asked this question earlier. What can I do that you cannot? Once again, let's
No,
go.
I'm not
Hold on
saying
one
there's,
second. One
okay, go
sentence.
ahead, go
One
ahead.
sentence. Let's acknowledge that our country is the greatest country, but we have a long history that at times was not favorable to black people. Okay, let's acknowledge
100%
that.
agree.
But sitting here right now, today in 2025, where's the 30-second head start?
1 second, Matlock, I will not use per capita for police brutality.
Wait, hold on one second.
Go
Don't
ahead,
don't
go
make
ahead.
a
Sorry,
rookie.
go ahead,
Wait,
go ahead,
don't
go
make
ahead.
a rookie mistake in responding to the chat, please.
Sorry, my bad, my bad.
Go ahead. Answer me, please.
Re-ask the question, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Here we are, 2025.
Right.
Where is there a 30-second head start for anybody?
It's in history. I feel like
I understand.
if,
We've acknowledged history. I'm talking
right.
currently, today.
The history of America is what makes America right now, though, is what I'm trying
That's
to say.
essentially like you saying, or anybody saying, that one time in the 1960s or the 1940s or the 1920s, my grandmother was in a race and they made her start 30 seconds behind. How does that affect you racing your friend today? It doesn't.
That's not the same point that I'm making.
Race and we're
That's not
passing
the same point
Oh,
that
here
I'm
we go
making.
with the relay race. Okay, go ahead.
With the relay race and we're passing the baton, it would affect me if there was if my grandmother got had a 30-second late start and had to pass me the baton down the line.
Yeah, just point blank, I think that's bullshit. Okay,
Oh,
because
well, you're the one who used the racing analogy.
well, to be fair, she did. To be
Wait,
fair,
all
she
right, Dave,
used the
I'm going to
30
head
seconds.
out. Appreciate your...
All right, take care, love.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day, okay?
You too as well.
Thank you. All right, back up to Diabolical. I'm so sorry. You're in Georgia, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what brings you up?
Honestly, I'll be so real. I don't have a lot of stats. I've been just listening to everybody because I like to be an open-minded individual. Honestly, I think majority of political people are bullshit, and I try to stay out of it because honestly, ignorance is bliss, and I can't really affect the world around me. So I try to just focus on my day-to-day life. But I will say I agree with majority of the points that made. And to the Wawa bitch, you called him a dumbass because you gave him a source and he wasn't listening to you intentionally. That was
You
mainly
came up
why I
here to
wanted to come
defend
up.
me. Thank you, Diabolical.
That's pretty much why I wanted to come
All
up.
right, you got my follow. Thank you.
I'll pop back down and just listen.
All right, be good. Listen, I love when people come up and defend me. Shane, where are you from? What brings you up, Shane? Shane? What the hell is going on? All right, Shannon, do you want to talk love? All right, go ahead, Hooked. What do you got, Hooked?
Hey, FBA, you there?
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with you, brother?
I mean, what do you have a problem
Do you
with?
feel like you and Love, when you and Love came up here, don't you think that's a perfect example if you guys both couldn't define it and you had to tell your man that
Wait,
he
is
was
this
talking
fish?
about art?
Is this fish?
I fish.
I fish,
You
yeah.
asking me
Oh,
that
I didn't
as a
know it was you.
question?
My bad, Hook. Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
You asking me that as a question?
Yes, sir. I just want to know when you come up here, I mean, don't you feel like, how do you feel like that went?
Well, for one thing, what that brother was adding another conversation that didn't need to be added.
Well,
When
focus
Dave
on
asked,
your answers. He's asking you, do you think you did a good job?
most definitely, I gave you the answer. The definition of a foundational Black American is a descendant of an American slave. That's period. All that about the
Right.
ark and 10,000 years ago, that's all confusion. That's if you want to believe in that. One thing about history, the only thing we know about history is what we read in books and what people told us down through word of mouth. We wasn't
Ivish, what did you think of the conversation, Ivish?
So, I mean, how long? Do you know when we discovered America? FBA.
Who are you asking? I believe
You,
it was.
sir.
Maybe start off with who discovered.
I think it was
Go
like
ahead, Ivish.
1519. It was in the 1500s, like 1519. Correct?
It was
Am I correct?
1492. It was 1492. But my point is, how long ago was that?
It was about a good 500 years ago.
Okay, what are we talking about 10,000 years ago for?
I wasn't talking about
To
10,000.
be fair,
years
that
ago.
was beloved.
No, you.
You grouping us
No,
up.
it was.
I
It was.
telling
But
him
hold on.
that
No, he
was
just said
irrelevant.
something. Well, no, you didn't say it was irrelevant. You said you actually said that he did research, and that is another topic. You don't need to bring that into it. If you want to believe in that theory, you acted like there was something to it, or there is some kind of information about the 10,000 years.
No, that was
You gave
me
him. You
saying
gave him
that-
credit with what he was talking about. You just said you didn't need to bring that up. I'm just curious as to what that was.
That was exactly what I said. That didn't need to be brought up. Like whatever that information that he believes in was irrelevant to the question that Dave
But why
was
not
asking.
call him out? This is the point I'm making.
Man,
Look, you knew
I
that was
gave you
bullshit.
the answer. Now, if you just want to argue with me, then that's fine.
No.
But I feel like I satisfied your. I feel like my answer was satisfactory, brother. I was not on. I didn't agree with him.
He's asking why did you call out his bullshit?
There was something important.
Because I don't know that history. The thing about history is like religion. It's whatever you choose to believe in. I don't have to
Oh, man.
clown him for whatever he believes in because I don't know if it's true or not. It's not for me to say whether he was here for that long or all
Did
of that.
you
All
just
I know,
say history is like religion?
yes, history is
Did you
like
just-
religion. History
It's
is
whatever
like
you
religion.
believe in?
Because you didn't anything that you personally did not witness is something that you chose, something that you learned and you chose to believe or not. Some people believe it. That's why people believe in different religions. People believe in one person's terrorist can always be another person's hero.
Oh no.
But one's factually correct though, right?
I don't know what's correct about history because I didn't personally become an eyewitness to none of it. I don't know what's true.
So like FBA? So hold on, like FBA then? You didn't witness that, right? So you don't know if that's true or not, right?
I know that's true because I am FBA. My grandfather and my grandfather and my grandfather and my grandfather
You
and
didn't
my
see it.
grandfather.
FBA.
FBA.
You didn't see it. You just said it, brother. You didn't see it.
Man, why did you pull this guy up, Dave? Come on, man. You're not making no sense, man.
Yeah, but
You're
people
not making
would
no
question
sense.
me, why did I
know
pull
your
up
grandfather?
FBA Detroit?
Do you know your grandfather?
Sir,
Are you
you
asking
made the
me?
point. FBA, this is my point, FBA. Listen, brother.
I'm asking him. Do you know your Do you know your family's history?
For me,
Sir,
yes,
I
I
didn't make-
do know.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
you know your family history, why I can't know mine?
Man,
Yeah,
this is the craziest thing. Sir, do you know hey, Dave, thanks for having me up. I'm done.
Fish, be
You never
good,
made a
brother.
point. You was your whole,
All right,
your
man.
whole
Take
argument
care.
was
I
frivolous.
Fish is frustrated with the conversation.
No,
I
his-
Fish,
he
embrace
had
it,
no
brother.
point. His points lack merit. He had no substantial points that he made. He raised no substantial questions.
You proved my point for me. You proved my
You
point for me,
came
brother.
talking to me about what somebody else said, and you're condoning me for not going against him.
That's
when that's
the problem
not my
in
job.
America.
This
FBA,
is
see,
literally
it's deeper than that,
Dave's.
brother. You're looking at the surface. FBA, you're looking at the surface. It's deeper, brother. I knew that you knew that was bullshit, but you just said, "Oh, look, brother, I understand if that's your theory, all this other." Why didn't you address the issue? This whole conversation is about addressing the issue, but you can't see that.
And once again, you pointed out, I told him that it was unnecessary to bring that part up. That wasn't what he was asking for and all of that. So I was the one that was shooting that down instead of Dave, and this is Dave's platform. And you're coming at me about that.
Well, I'm not fact checking
No, I'm just-
anybody. I embrace the nonsense that you guys come up here and spew. Because what happens is you guys, and it's just not you or Beloved, it's a lot of people. you spew
Oh,
shit, and then I just ask simple follow-up questions, and you guys people twist themselves up into a pretzel trying to explain their bullshit.
this is what I said, Dave. I said foundational Black Americans are descendants of enslaved Americans. And the reason why we came up with that is because African immigrants and other immigrants started coming over here, and they was using African Americans, and they do not share the same history as Black Americans. The reason why they called us African Americans in the first place is because they could not pinpoint one single country in Africa to call us by, so they just called us African Americans. So here come these Africans who willingly came to this country, who have no history in this country, who have not participated in every war in this country, who have pledged allegiance to other flags besides this country flag, and they're claiming they're us. We've done too much in this country to have to share our name with somebody. So that's where we came up with foundational Black Americans. It
All
just
right,
means that we've been
that
here.
is the final word for this live. What I'm going to do is and FBA, I appreciate you. iFish, it was good to see you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back live at 7 a.m. So in like 45 minutes. I appreciate whoever has sent gifts. I appreciate everybody watching and listening. Just know at 7 a.m., it seems like whenever I stop, focus on another app for a little bit, and then when I come back at 7, it's like all the crazies wake up and there's always fireworks. So if you're still up, come back and join me. Hold on one second over here. I'm getting to you. Regardless, I will be back shortly. I appreciate you all, love you all, and I will see you in like